So welcome to another episode of the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. I'm your co-host Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host.
Jerry Brown, bro. We on live right now. We on live. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? You already know who I am. Marcus Davis with you. Last but not least, what's going on?
Bro, chilling, man. It's an exciting day. We got a lot to talk about, so let's
We
get
are
it, man.
back after a 1 week hiatus, and I do mean 1 week. As y'all noticed, we did not do a show last week because yours truly here was on vacation.
Yeah, man. How did that go, bro? How did it go?
California showed great love. They showed a lot of love. They
Oh my
really,
gosh.
I know you was enjoying it.
they really did. No,
This man
it
got
was
that.
beautiful out there. It really was. Traffic hit you. I'll tell you this. Not 10 minutes after getting in the car and onto the 405, yeah, that traffic. Oh, it
We
hit you.
could, we could have told you that.
Oh, no, I knew, but I mean, every hour on the hour. Like, it don't matter what time, unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, no matter what time it is, it was nice out there. I had a good time. Took a lot of pictures, chronicling everything. Wondering how I'm gonna put these pictures together for the gram.
This man took more pictures than a Tumblr girl.
Nah, this man, he was taking the pics for real, bro. I was like, all right, if he living his best
Man,
life, man.
man said, I'm on Sunset. I'm a Rodeo. He
I respect
everywhere.
it. I respect it.
Yeah,
Anyways, AB. So as far as this, I know you got a chance to watch a little bit of the game. What were your thoughts on the Georgia game, bro? You had any thoughts?
Well, clearly you can see it's a talent gap
Yeah.
because looking at it, it's a few spots where Georgia was just better than us at.
Yeah.
The defensive line depth clearly showed itself. We didn't have any, they did. Linebackers, Blake, come on now. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. It was 28-3 at one point, and you thinking, well, here come the blowout. But I was proud of the fight that the team showed because they could have easily laid down and said, forget this, it's over. They could have laid down and quit, but they didn't do that. They showed fight and got it down to a one possession game. They got it down to 28-20. And I'm in the airport because I'm in the airport watching on TV. I'm thinking, it's 28-20. We get a stop here.
Yeah.
It could get really weird, but that defensive line depth showed itself.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia went right down the field and scored, made it 35-20, then got another touchdown. It's like, well, you kind of just saw where Florida needs to improve roster wise, and
That's right.
but other than that, like I said, I was proud of the effort. At least they didn't give up. So you saw a different mentality. You saw that they're not going to quit. They're going to keep fighting. That's part of the improvement we are seeing. And I make that reference because I put out a piece earlier today basically telling Florida fans, look, relax. This is time. Y'all have to be patient. There are improvements. We've seen that. And so looking at it, we got a lot of work to do, but I like the trajectory of where we're going to be headed.
Yeah, man. I mean, I pretty much show the same sentiments. I saw a lot in the game that pretty much we've seen all year, just depth, the defense and the offense. I think the main things were not being able to play complementary football. When the defense was getting stops early, the offense couldn't do anything. But when the offense got clicking in that third quarter, the defense kind of gave up something in the fourth quarter. So we couldn't get on the same page once again, as we've been talking about pretty much throughout the whole entire year. It's been the main theme. I think Anthony Richardson played better this year than what he did last year. There were some reads that he missed here and there. I mean, a few that we saw where he was wide open. And there were some play calls that I didn't really agree with. So I think those two were some of my concerns as far as Napier's play calling sometimes and Anthony Richardson's missed passes a few times. So those are my main concerns. Other than that, I think the guys brought in some effort in the third quarter, fourth quarter. and they showed me a little bit of something, but I'm not really too surprised by the outcome. I think I pretty much predicted around 40 something to 20 something, anyways. With us kind of being inconsistent per usual. But we got a lot to go, man. They had 25 5-stars on the field, and we had 2, I believe. So that's a discrepancy, and that speaks for itself. We just got to keep pushing, and we're gonna see where we go from here, bro. What about you, Marcus?
Yeah, pretty much everything y'all said. Like they got up 28-3. They could have easily just dogged it and went the hell home, got on the plane. But they decided to fight. The offense put some things together. Like there was a nice touchdown to Xavier Harrison down the right sideline. Defense got a couple of stops, got a couple of turnovers actually. Probably should have more.
3. Probably should have more than that. They got 3.
We should have definitely had 4.
At least. The Stetson was throwing that thing up to him, and they just couldn't come down with it.
That touchdown by Brock Bowers is one of the most unlucky. That's just bad luck right there.
Yeah. Like if Birdie played it all right, and then he does a whole 360, the ball's up in the air, that Bowers just said, "Oh, I'll take that," and go to the end zone. Like it is what it is. Like they covered. I mean, the result was never really in doubt, but I was happy with the fight towards the end. I was.
But I would say this: there was one more positive that came out of this one. They did not cover the spread, and I ended up getting a Florida win for that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It was 22.5. And I said we would cover, and we did.
Yeah, we did. That was good. I mean, I think, again, we can see, some players come out there ready to play, ready to fight. One player that, came out, and I thought he had some energy, but didn't really use it the right way, and things went down. Brenton Cox, everybody, for those who don't know, Brenton Cox was released from the program today. He was dismissed today from the program. And that was a guy that we were huge on when he first came in with Dan Mullen. 5-star guy, big-time accolades coming out of high school. And now he's dismissed. So what are you guys' thoughts on Brenton Cox being dismissed from the program?
I'm going to say it like this. From what I heard, it had to be done. It had to be done. And when asked about it in his press conference for Billy Napier to say we just decided to move on, that says a lot. That's very, very telling the way he said it, because that tells me this wasn't just one thing that happened where, this is major, he got to go. And like, no, this was an accumulation of things, and it just boiled over.
Yeah, man. I agree, bro. Marcus, what about you, bro?
And Judgey saying it's time to move on pretty much says it all without saying it. Like it had to happen, given the stuff that AB said he heard and what Napier said at his press conference. And the silver lining is, sure, he was probably the best pass rusher in terms of actually getting around the quarterback for the team this year. There's a lot of plays he left on the table this season.
Yeah, the almost sack king.
He might have about 14 sacks this year if he actually hit the quarterback. I mean, he's been in the backfield so many times and just missed out on the sack. It's actually crazy. I mean, pretty much 3 or 4 times a game. Like, seriously.
Yeah, at least. Plus, also, like the Louis Summeralls and Antoine Powell's of the world are going to get more playing time, and they're going to be back the next year. So it's like
you just said the one name that I was going to bring up.
Void?
Juan Powell Riley.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the guy that you're going to see get a lot of reps now.
Yeah, very strong.
It is actually expected to make his first career start this upcoming Saturday.
Awesome. That's a guy that I was high on. His motor is undeniable. I think he's very, very solid. I'm not sure how talented he is. I know he gives a lot of effort out there, so I'm excited to see that. Of course, Lloyd Summerall is a guy that we've seen mature in his frame, and we get to see a little bit of what he can do. I'm very excited about this Saturday, man. I'm not sure what the outcome will be. I'm not really dreading it, though. The rest of this year, I really want to see how well these guys respond to adversity, see where the talent is, see how Billy Napier responds to adversity himself. We had an issue and a situation going today during a press conference, which I thought was uncalled for, and I'll speak on that later. But I'm very, very excited.
I got some words to say about that.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too.
Not be pleasant. So if there's a sensor button somebody got, might want to press it.
We can talk about
Fine.
it if y'all want to, bro. I mean, let me know. I mean,
Hey, not you brought it up. You might as well go ahead and get into
go
it.
ahead. Y'all go ahead, man. Y'all have the floor.
Marcus, Garrett, one of y'all. I'm gonna let one of y'all go first.
Marcus, you go ahead, bro. You got it.
I am all good, man. Y'all got this. I'm gonna fill in the gaps.
Okay.
Garrett, you go first.
Look, I am so sick of the Gator media. Like Edgar, I'm gonna call him out, man. Edgar, Mark,
Baker.
yes, and a few like you're out here. We have a first year head coach. This guy's come in, changed the culture as far as just on campus living, parking, even help with new facilities, recruiting, giving effort and bringing in kids on visits during basketball season. I mean, he's doing so much. He cares so much about these kids, and for you to get on live, I mean, regardless of if you thought the microphones are off or not, for you to get on live and say, "Oh, I'll be here longer than Billy Napier," flat out disrespectful. I think that's classless. You don't know who heard you. Apparently, everybody heard him. Because it's on YouTube now. It's all over the place.
Oh,
For you to
He's
say
like,
that as a professional, I just think that's just
whoa, hold on, time out. You called him a professional?
quote
Ain't
unquote
professional to me.
verified checkmark professional.
I was gonna say because I saw nothing professional about that. And,
That's literally just classless, bro. I mean, I love Billy Napier as a person and what he's doing. I think the guy is just when you see class, he is the picture of class. Like I haven't seen any bad vibes from the guy, and I'm here for him and what he's about to establish. But I think that was just atrocious, and that's one of the issues with the program. Stuff like that. It's just it has to be cleaned out, bro. And I'm pretty much sick of that crap.
I'm gonna go ahead and call him out right now and say this. Mark Long, you can go to hell. Yeah, you can. Because for you first of all, any member of the media, and I didn't go to J school or anything, I didn't go to media school, none of that. I didn't take any of these classes, well, one, but I know that when you're in the press room, you're taught to treat every camera and every mic as if they were on, even if they're not on, for the exact reasons of what we just heard, or what we heard from Mark Long. So for you to come out and say what you said, oh, I'm going to be here longer than Billy Napier anyway. Who said you're going to be at the next press conference at this point? Because you don't went viral. And I know for a fact that this done got to Billy Napier.
Yeah.
Who said he going to allow you into the next press conference?
I know I wouldn't.
As a matter of
I
fact,
definitely wouldn't.
as a matter of fact, you might want to be worried about your job at this point. Forget just with the Gator media. You might want to be worried about your job. You might want to be worried about how you're going to feed your family at this point, because if you're doing this for the Gators, whoever else you're covering, Jaguars, because I'm pretty sure he's based in Jacksonville, and I know he's at their press conferences. Who said they're going to allow you in any of their press conferences?
Yep.
So I'm going to say it again. Mark Long, you can go to hell.
He been on thin ice for me since the Rick Wells comments from last year. So
wait. Refresh my memory.
He tweeted that I think it was something along the lines of, that's the first time Rick Wells has done anything in 6 years since the BB gun incident. Talking about him with Tyree.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is why Tyree Cleveland had to change his number, by the way. If y'all remember, he was wearing number 2. That happened. He changed to 89.
Wow.
So since then, him, Mark Long, Matt Baker, Edgar Thompson, who you got some demons yourself. We all saw that mugshot. Yeah, we know what happened with you. I'm putting it all out. Matt Baker, I'm bringing you up again. Basically getting a kid kicked out of school and dismissed from a team for something that he apparently did not do when all the evidence came out, but you wanted to run a story. You wanted to be first on the story. Mm-hmm. So all three of y'all, I'm calling out all three of y'all. Y'all been causing trouble for this program for the last few years.
Ridiculous, bro.
Every single one of y'all to know. As far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say it again. All three of y'all can go to hell. Y'all can stay the hell out of the press conferences. Go. Bye. Get up out of here. Like, we done with y'all at this point. They should not be allowed at any of these press conferences, because if you're going to be that unprofessional, why do you even have a job within the media at this point? Just
No, for sure. For
you
sure.
can- we got a guest on now, host of College Football, Jonathan Lewis. We got him on, Jonathan.
Oh man,
Sorry we had to bring you in on this. He had to hear all that, but you know,
bro.
Yes.
like you put you on, Marcus on, and me on. We can be part of the media, and we'll do a much better job than those three idiots.
I have no disagreement with anything you said. The media in general lately, and it's not just a Florida man. Like it's straightened out of Alabama once Nick Saban.
He's pissed off every week.
It's Billy Napier be smart. He's gonna do what Nick Saban did. He's gonna start restricting the media because that's what Saban did after the second year when they started basically questioning his play calling from the offensive coordinators.
Wow.
And when that happened, he said, number one rule is you don't talk strategy. You don't talk bad about the other team, whatever. And then the following week, they asked about the rotation at running back and why they were coming in and the plan for the next week. And the media member, they still won't name to this day, never showed back up. And it's like, you don't, you know what I mean? There's just certain things you don't do. It's like you get warned once, you should know better. But to your point, AC, like, man, I don't know. The media is terrible. It's getting worse every year, by the way.
It really is. It really is. There is no filter for you guys.
No.
It's not just Florida. So you're right. It's getting worse.
It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's one beat guy in every program that causes trouble everywhere across the country. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like it just, and it's crazy because it's like YouTube's that way though. Every fan base has that YouTuber, that fan, you know what I mean? Like they just rants and then will say anything for the views, right? The clickbait.
Anything.
So I'm not going to name names, but I'm just saying everyone has it, like for those clicks, and you know, God forbid, man, like you get caught up in all that stuff because I've witnessed it firsthand, and it gets ugly real quick. And these guys, for some reason, think they're above. I don't know. The media seems like they're above all now. It really is getting to that point. I got a chance last year to go to a UTSA game, and I was in the media over there. I got to witness it, and it was some of the craziest stuff I've seen, man. Like the media members, because you don't hear a lot of the questions on these press conferences. You only see a piece of it, right?
Yeah.
So like when I was there, when Jeff Traylor was being asked questions, his entire conference was 30 minutes, but it was only about probably 6 minutes televised. But some of those questions, sorry, that were coming in after they stopped, right? The media outlet, whatever, started showing on TV. Dude, it got crazy because people start cussing out people, tell them to shut their damn mouth. Like, you don't ask these questions. Like, you know what I mean? And people start getting hemmed up a little bit. And it's wild to see it behind, like, closed doors, man. This stuff happened. And I was like, I didn't realize it was like this. But, yeah, the networks basically tell these guys that go in there, like, hey, you need to bring us something. I don't care what it takes. Like, you need to push somebody's buttons, get information from somebody, and we're going to run with it. So, I mean, right now, if you want, is it a perfect example? Guess whose name is being mentioned for the Auburn job? And you guys wouldn't guess this name in 1,000 years. I promise you this. But if you had to guess a name that's not Deion Sanders, that's being mentioned for the Auburn job, he may still be on the NFL team right now. I don't think he is. But Cam Newton.
For what?
For the Auburn job.
Like head coaching?
Head coach. Cam Newton. So here's the thing, guys. Cam Newton, when he went to the NFL, he said his dream is to ride out 10 years in the NFL and then become a coach. He's made it known that he wants to be a coach. And a lot of people now are saying that's not the correct story you want to present. The presented story should be Deion to Auburn, Cam Newton to replace Deion at Jackson State. Right? So so like basically people, these media outlets throw, like you said, they throw shit against the wall, man, and hopefully it sticks. And if it doesn't stick, someone can take it and twist it into almost a reality, which is Cam Newton replacing Deion at Jackson State for Deion to move on to Auburn, which is friends with Bo Jackson and Charles Barkley, who is ahead of the hiring committee now for the next Auburn coach.
Bro, that's sick stuff. That's nasty.
Like,
nasty though.
Does it happen? I don't know. He would have to take, I would assume, Hunter with him and those guys because he promised HBCU and all those guys a lot. He promised them a lot of stuff. And
oh yeah, you can bet the house Hunter and Coleman going with him.
yeah, they're going with him, including this.
Like a splash, really. Travis Hunter to Auburn would be a splash.
You want to move a needle?
Yeah,
dog, that's the needle going all the way over.
That is breaking it on top of there.
But
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'll say this: that should be their number one target. If you ask me, my honest opinion, that should be their number one target. Not just for recruiting purposes, the staff, but the staff he'll bring with them. The fact that he's clearly proven that he's a great coach out there. He can coach at this level. We saw it at the high school level. Yeah. We're seeing it now, even though it's HBCU, FCS level. He's a great coach. He's pulling. He's getting some top recruits to actually turn down these Power 5, big-time Power 5 schools to go to Jackson State. Guys like Travis Hunter, guys like Kevin Coleman, guys like, I'm throwing former Florida commit that's currently on the team, Trevante Rucker, to go to those schools. And you bring him to Auburn with that fan base, with the areas that they recruit, well, he's going to be a problem for every team that has to recruit against him. And like I said, he's a great coach. I believe he would turn that program around quickly.
He would, but you know why he won't end up at Auburn? And I'll wait till Ace gets back for this one. Oh, there you are. You know why he won't end up at Auburn?
Degree.
There it is. He knows how real I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why I won't end up at Auburn. Should he end up at Auburn?
It's a shame because
probably.
Yeah, which is a shame because you would think that we would get to a point where we can see, okay, some these guys can actually coach. Guys that look like me can actually coach. Yeah. They can actually do a darn good job. Mel Tucker's got a bad situation right now with Michigan State. He didn't think that was going to happen. He didn't think that 4 of his players would basically get charged with assault.
Dude.
I mean, like, you're walking into the situation. It's almost like, how can I put it? It's almost like we are being set up to fail.
The problem is, and I'll keep saying it over and over again, man. And I think it was on you guys' show, or I mentioned it before. Mm-hmm. The leash is not the same.
Oh, no.
The leash on Kevin Sumlin versus Jimbo Fisher.
When they have the same records, they both recruited.
No, it's worse.
Sumlin has a better record, way better record.
He's got a better record.
Yeah, the only top 5 win Jimbo has, I believe, is against Alabama that 1 year. Kevin Sumlin had like 5. Like, it's crazy. And you can, if you want to do your research here, or if you remember, another good example of this would be Sylvester Croom at Mississippi State. Mm-hmm. Like, he, in my opinion, wasn't given a fair opportunity because Dan Mullen does good at Mississippi State, and he goes to Florida. Sylvester Croom does even better at Mississippi State. He's given nothing. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people want to point to Mike Tomlin in the NFL with the Steelers. Well, here's the thing, though. That man was already connected. He was already connected to the Steelers. Right. That job was already set up for him. He wasn't walking into a situation where he's interviewing against other guys to get this job. It's your job, Mike Tomlin. The interview we already know is a formality at this point, right? So, like, it comes down to who you know, and that's where Deion may have the advantage of knowing Charles Barkley, knowing Bo Jackson, having those connections, and possibly stringing together something to pull him into that situation. Will it happen? I don't think so, because you still have the same boosters there. And the boosters are
boosters have power.
White as day, bro. They are, I'm telling
you. The boosters, a lot of power. That's why even before
a whole lot of power.
Napier, one of the guys that name we were bringing up was Brian Johnson. Yeah. We realized at the University of Florida there is no way in the hell.
God.
It ain't happening. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think he want to come back to college either, honestly.
No, not to happen. And we know he'd have been a darn good coach for us too. But feel like we got the right guy, Billy Napier. But with Deion's point, he's going to be a candidate not just for the Auburn job, but for the Georgia Tech job as well. It's just a matter of, I look at it like this: it's the interview process for me. Will these institutions show genuine interest, or are they doing it for show? Are they doing
formalities?
Yeah, is it already formality? Because let's be honest. Look at the Giants job with Brian Dable and Brian Flores and how
Oh my God, bro,
It was
that
nasty.
was
That
horrible.
was so bad.
That was horrible. Where Brian Flores was named as a candidate for the job, got an interview, but Bill Belichick is trying to text Brian Dable saying, "Congrats on the job," even though like they're going through the interview process. We know it's yours. He sends the text to Brian Flores instead, and
On accident.
on
That was
accident,
worse
find
than, like,
a way that he's not going to be the head coach. What a way to find out that you're not going to be the head coach.
That's secondhand embarrassment for him when that news dropped.
Like me, as a Cowboys fan, I already hate the Giants, but I lost whatever little respect I had for them, which was gained after they beat the Patriots. No respect for them whatsoever now.
Yeah. It was nasty, bro, for sure. But you were talking about Napier being the guy, man, and I do believe, I'm very gracious, I'm very, open, and I'm patient. I feel like I'm patient, but like I said, I don't ignore red flags. So as we know, I want to get into we got some people on here. Cormani McClain committing to Miami. And I'm sure Cormani was coming to Florida. I think everybody on this, we talked about it before. Everybody on this podcast thought Cormani was coming to Florida.
Yeah.
What does everybody feel like? What do you think happened?
I had a damn story ready to drop.
I'm pretty sure everyone has a story ready to drop.
Everybody did. There were pre-recorded commitment analysis videos out there. There was edits out there. Nobody, literally, when I tell you, because I know you on the Bama Boys too. They were expecting nobody expected that to happen. So nobody expecting this to happen. You can pretty much put two and two together and figure out what went down.
Mm-hmm.
This was the most obvious. The string of events is what. See, here's the problem with what went down. Cormani McClain left a trail of hints of pointing everything to Florida. And a lot of Alabama fans were like, "Oh, he coming to Alabama?" No, he wasn't coming to Alabama. You know what I mean? For multiple reasons. But everything made sense for him to Florida because Corey Raymond and him had a great relationship. Him and Billy Napier had a good relationship. He visited Florida multiple times. But the big one to me, which is why Steve Wiltfong released his crystal ball to Florida, was when he didn't mention Miami in that 2 days prior to him committing. He never even mentioned. He talked about Florida, the staff, his visits, and then Alabama with Nick Saban and Pete Golding. Not once did this man mention DeMarcus Van Dyke or Miami or Mario Cristobal. So everybody's like, if he's not even mentioning Miami, why aren't we even having the discussion of them even being in this race? So it was really clear that Miami and John Ruiz backed up that dump truck full of money and said, "Bring it on down here, boy.
Yeah,
bring it on down here."
Yeah.
And then the fact that he compared, and this is what really gave it away, in my opinion. If you pay attention to what people are saying, they will give away this story quicker than you probably realize. When he said, Corey Raymond's good, but DeMarcus Van Dyke, who, by the way, is a defensive analyst on Miami, is great. I'm like, you're going to sit here and tell me that DeMarcus Van Dyke is great, but Corey Raymond, who develops 5 stars in the NFL on a yearly basis, is good?
Mm-hmm.
And just put the number 3 overall pick to
money.
Yeah.
There's no other explanation on that.
Like, this has really been Miami's MO since Cristobal and them got there. Like, their whole recruiting MO was basically, how can we steal recruits from under Florida's nose? Deal with Malik Bryant, deal with Jalen Rashada, that whole saga, and then deal with Cormani right now. And this is so wild that you're picking at a program that you don't even play.
And it's Lakeland. which is even more of a
Even
sting if
worse.
you're a Florida
Crazy.
fan. That's like Lakeland is like that home turf, like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
you've
the
recruited
pipeline.
that.
Like there's been no leakage in that pipeline since like the dawn of time almost, and then all of a sudden you snatch Komani from out everybody's nose. Like what would happen here?
It makes sense if you talk about Mario Cristobal recruiting Miami and everything south of Fort Lauderdale. That makes because Mario is from there. Everything lines up for that, man. You know, Mario Cristobal played for Miami. He knows the area.
Oof.
All that. Yeah, it wasn't John Ruiz that came up with the money. Somebody came up with the money. So I don't know who it was, but somebody backed up something. So, like, because the area, the relationships,
Mhm.
the lead up is what got me. Now, here's the thing: Kermani the entire time could have been playing the media. You know, these dudes
Yeah.
are smart. You know what I mean? They're smarter than we probably realize. But at the same time, you're not going to lead on a multi. Let's be realistic here, $1 billion university when it comes down to it over time.
Mhm.
And you look at like how much money also that Florida spends on recruiting now compared to the past. They've increased their budget 68% since Billy
sure.
Napier got there to $4.3 million on recruiting alone.
Yep.
So you add all that together and it says Kamari Wilson coming in makes sense. You know, all these guys coming in makes sense. You know, Cormani McLean's a Lakeland boy with connection to Corey Raymond and Billy Napier, and he's from Lakeland. It just all says Florida. And I get it. Sometimes it's just not going to line up. And Justice Haynes was a Georgia boy. His dad played for Georgia. They lived right outside of Georgia, outside of Athens, but he commits to Alabama. You know what I mean? But in that instance, Georgia is so stacked at running back, it kind of didn't make complete sense for him to go to Georgia at the same time. Right. You know what I mean? So there's something there. There's nothing there for Kamani to go, no, I'm not going to Florida for this reason. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Right, man. I feel you. And, of course, like we're all on Gator. We all see Gator Twitter. And, Gator fans ready to pull the plug all because we didn't get the money. Please relax.
He hasn't signed yet.
I think
why I put my article out today. But shout out for State and Miguel, by the way. Shout out to State and Miguel.
Shout out to them for
sure. Y'all podcast tomorrow morning. I'm gonna definitely check that out on my way to work. They're right about this.
Yeah.
They're right about this. He did not come up with that money.
Well, who did? Somebody did.
Somebody did.
Somebody, Ray, unless somebody's got a better explanation somewhere. Because
there's no way he came up with that money. I tell you that now because he ain't got no money.
Well, John Ruiz is he the Miami? He's the Miami booster, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure I got that right. It is John Ruiz.
Yeah.
Because I know there is a Ruiz. Who's the lawyer that came after the Florida Collective or the Gator Collective? That is him?
That was him.
Okay, I thought they were two separate people for some reason.
That's him.
Okay, so John Ruiz is the lawyer that went after the Gator Collective, and he's the Miami booster.
Right.
Okay, now it makes sense. Okay, I got you.
He is one. That is him.
Man, he is just.
All I'm going to say is this. The NCAA, they are looking down there, too. I'm just putting it out there. They're looking down there to see what's really going on. So, if there's and Jonathan, you can probably vouch for this. If there's a program, if the NCAA does anything that they want to bury,
it's Miami, bro.
Miami because of the stuff that happened with Nevin Shapiro and how they fumbled the bag by doing illegal stuff to try to get from him. So there's a program they want to bury. It's Miami. So for everybody saying, "Oh, they're not going to do anything," stay back, relax. They're building the case. They're building a case to probably be so big where there's no way Miami can get out of this at all. They're going to get buried. So be patient and just watch the show.
It'll be a giveaway with the recruits eventually. Eventually, when you see something change in the recruiting, that's when you'll know something's coming. It's like, okay, something's changed to some extent because the university will get involved and say, we got to start pulling back on this, and this. But they're going to wait to the very last moment. They're going to let these guys come in. I mean, look at the recruiting class.
They're going to take their W's while they can.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't blame them. I would.
Yeah. Same thing with Tennessee right now. Tennessee is, they're They're being investigated. I get it. It was Jeremy Pruitt and those guys before.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that crap.
Yeah,
But-
the McDonald's bags full of money.
Yep.
60 grand. Like, you know what I mean? And then the real estate agents involved and all this. And Tennessee did no self-sanctions because we got rid of the staff and the players aren't there anymore. And the NCAA threw up their arms going, yeah, but it still happened. It just doesn't go away.
It's not going to go away.
And they were granted a 30-day extension.
Yeah, and it's not the first time they're being looked at because if y'all remember the sorority girls, what they were doing with recruits.
Man,
Jerry,
go back to
come on
college.
now.
dog.
you'd have had that look on you. Come on now.
What
Sorority
happened?
girls recruits.
I don't
Sorority
remember this.
recruits. I got to put two and two together.
What happened?
They were hired help, bro.
We'll lose our imagination for that one, Jerry.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, and if you've seen this movie, you'll know there was some Jesus Shuttlesworth situations.
Oh God.
I mean, that happens almost every campus, damn near. Let's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it does. But
Ole Miss. Shout out to Ole Miss, bro. Shout out to Ole Miss.
Shout out to every campus Lane campus ever been on.
Joey Freshwater, dog. That man is a legend.
No,
I'm advocating him to replace Nick Saban. I think I'd move to Tuscaloosa.
if you wonder why Marcus is single, you can thank Joey Freshwater at FAU.
Hey, man.
Oh,
All I'll
man.
say is if you ever been to an FAU tailgate from like 2017, 2019,
what?
you know.
No,
If
so
you know,
I,
you
I
know.
would ask you as well, man, about because did you get a chance to watch any of the Florida Georgia?
I watched the whole game.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what were your thoughts, man? Kind of, what happened? I mean, like, what was your ultimate breakdown on that?
Look, the games are made. I don't know. The best way to put this is styles are made of matchups, right? Or matchups are made of styles. Sorry,
Mhm.
however you want to say it. And unfortunately, when you watch the game, I'm going to give you my because I did a 4-leg parlay of betting on that game. So I'm a gambling man. So my thing is I'm very analytical from that perspective when it's not Alabama because I got to remove the emotions and money's on the line, right? So when I look at that game, I look at Florida can't stop the run to save their life, right? So I could run through a hole at this point against Florida, like 85th in the country, man.
Yeah.
And then you look at what Georgia does good. And in my opinion, I'm like, okay, if Florida keeps this game within 24 points, they have something to be proud of. The first half came out, and I was like, they in trouble. Like they're in bad trouble.
Yeah.
But honestly, a couple things that ran through my head during that game was, number one, Billy Napier needs to get an offense coordinator and let them play calls. That was the first one. And it will happen, but it will take time because Billy Napier is very, very picky about who he picks on his staff. Mm-hmm. So it's probably going to be one of those things where, look, he's not going to get one until he trusts someone to bring in and let them call the plays.
Mhm.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is you did have a string of unfortunate injuries. Injuries are part of the game. I get it. So that was a big one. Anthony Richardson continues to be inaccurate.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about that. We know who he is.
Yeah.
The man averages more yards per carry than over half the quarterbacks in the SEC, but yet he doesn't run that much, which doesn't make sense to me. And you can't stop a blitz, but you refuse to throw the ball to the running backs or roll Anthony Richardson out and let him run. So that's another thing you got an issue with. So there's so much piling up through this game that I'm like taking notes on. I'm going, it just doesn't make sense to me. Obviously, you don't have to worry about Brent Cox anymore with what happened. You know what I mean? So, I saw the video today of him swinging at Georgia players.
Mhm.
So, that happened. So he's gone.
That's strong.
And Shirley did not help his case one bit.
No.
It did.
And then, at the end of the day, you can't be rushing for 2.9 yards per carry, man. You know what I mean? Like you had 100 yards rushing. I think it was 2.9 yards per carry. You allowed Georgia to run the ball. You allowed Stetson Bennett to step back there and cook a steak and smoke cigars while he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
He had 2 interceptions, but I mean,
Girlfriend probably
I was like, they
He
were
still had
extremely lucky.
explosive plays. I mean, regardless.
but
Yeah, like-
at the end of the day, I was happy to see Florida fight back in the second half. I was like, okay, this team's showing something. And I think what the team realized was this: Billy Napier is holding this year as a tryout for next year.
Yeah,
He's going to see who's willing to play and who's willing not to play.
Mhm.
So, and I feel like a lot of these players, that's kind of what it came down to. And I feel like the Brenton Cox, the way he dismissed him was a statement. He could have easily just made that underneath the table, like maybe a quick quote in a conference or something. No, it was
Nope.
damn near nationally televised. And I feel like that was a statement to the team saying, you want to screw around here, this is what's going to happen. And
Right.
we're not letting it slide underneath the table. It's going to be known that you're a screw up
and
if you want to be this way.
he led the team in tackles for loss.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
So
That's actually wild. to think
He's
about.
Like,
he's a liability, but at the same time, he makes plays out there too.
so
But you're right. For him to come out and do it the way he did,
the way he
that's-
did it, yep.
is to the entire team saying, hey, like you said, hey, I'm not going to put up this crap. If you're not going to fully buy in and be a team player, and if you're not going to do that, you got to go.
And that's why I feel like this year it's almost like it's great that you're doing what you're doing, because in my opinion, you're going to finish 6-6. I feel like you're going to finish 2-2 in these last 4 games. You're going to go to a bowl game. And, I feel like the big thing from this year that you could take away, I would love to see, is you start the year beating Utah, if you can finish the year beating Florida State. I feel like that would be like big statements, in my opinion, for Billy Napier. I feel like you would feel good as a Florida fan if that ended up happening, because I know a lot of people want to say, well, I don't feel good against Texas A&M. Well, they lost 8 players in 2 days. They lost 3 offensive linemen and injuries, and then they lost the 5 through suspensions for smoking weed. And
I'm finna call them. I'm finna just call them the 5 idiots.
Yeah,
Yes,
Denver
yes.
Harris, PJ Williams, Chris Marshall, all those guys. It doesn't make sense. And Chris Marshall and Denver Harris, this is their second time. Denver Harris.
Then he was driving 90 miles an hour in a parking garage.
That's unhinged behavior, bro.
Dude, that man just got named freshman All-American at the midseason point 2 days prior to being permanently suspended.
Like, that's what's so frustrating, because the boy showed he can play. And he's a contributor, but he's on like strike 2.99 at this point. It's pretty much 3 right now.
Who's going to take him? I don't know many people. People would take you on your second chance, but like you said, Denver Harris is not on his second chance. And he's a freshman. It's not like he's a junior or nothing.
Yeah, it's like, this is your first year. You're already like kicked out of the program, essentially. You're persona non grata at this point.
Go ahead, go into that portal and go on to Jackson State. Go ahead and do it.
I don't think even Deion would touch him.
Yeah,
I don't.
If Deion won't take you, you in trouble. That's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you who would. I guarantee Auburn will probably take him. Auburn probably packing his bags for him right now.
Yeah, they probably would. You know who else would, though? I'm going to be honest. If he were alive and coaching.
Who's that?
He had a reputation for this. Bobby Bowden.
Oh, of course.
He easily. I mean, think about it. The man wanted to bring Randy Moss back, but he knew he couldn't.
Yep.
The situation where he knew he couldn't. He wanted to, but he knew he couldn't. That's one thing I always say. I always respected about Bobby Bowden, because he cared about the kids. He wanted to see them win. He wanted to see them be successful. It's just a couple instances where you did all you could. And for Denver Harris, I get it. You're 19 years old. You're a kid. I take it back. I'm done saying that.
You're a man.
You're a grown man.
You're a grown man.
You're a grown man. You're 19. You're a grown man. You know what you're doing out there. You can't be driving 90 miles an hour in a parking garage. People are walking in that garage. You could kill somebody.
Crazier things have happened. I've heard.
Oh my God!
Vehicular manslaughter is a thing. So you got to be smarter than that. And then you smoking weed in the
pre-game.
before and after. I'm being honest. I've seen teammates do that when I played football in high school.
Oh, it's the same thing here.
I don't know how they perform well, but they do.
Here's the thing.
It's
They legit do.
They didn't even do it. And this is what I feel like. You smoke weed out off the field, who cares? You get busted, you get caught smoking weed in the dorms, nobody cares.
Right.
Not only did you get caught smoking weed pregame, you in the South Carolina locker room.
That is
Smoking.
disrespectful.
You didn't even do it in your own locker room.
How do you,
like leave that stuff off the field. Like, what are you doing?
how are you getting it to South Carolina?
That's what a lot of people were saying is they were smoking in that locker room most likely because why? They could have been given the weed by South Carolina players. I don't think people are wanting to bring that up.
Yeah, you know what?
Not
That is
impossible.
Nasty work though. Dylan while you're in the area, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So why are you in the South Carolina locker room? So if you in their locker room smoking it, in my opinion, probably got it from a player in South Carolina.
Not a coincidence, right?
yeah, that's not
Be
a
hard to
coincidence.
think so.
It's not impossible. It's really not.
To something with that one. You want to something with that one because at this point you're not going to get it from a random person.
No.
Like these players, yeah, they play for different teams, but they probably seen each other. They probably know each other from
Oh
different.
yeah.
Plugs are real. Plugs are real.
You've been to camps. You probably played against these kids in high school.
Mhm.
You probably
Instagram,
maybe
bro.
played with them.
They know each other, so
DMing.
Yeah.
that had to have been the case.
Damn.
Like there's no way that I'm in agreement with that one that they could have gotten it from a player. And you know what? These locker room incidents, this year,
It's out of control.
God.
but
Kind of
God.
wild.
yeah, this is the Florida show, but I'm bringing it up.
Jesus.
The 4 Michigan players,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
yeah, they're getting charged. The player that was jumped pretty much said he pressed the charges.
2 players.
You said what?
There's 2 players jumped.
Oh,
That was a
Two.
horrific video. Horrific. Like
they're both pressing charges, and Jim Harbaugh has got a decision to make. I don't care who the players are. You got to kick them off the team.
Yeah.
They cannot be allowed back. Absolutely not. Because they literally committed a crime after the game. It's like you won the game. Like, I don't care what was said. You won the game. All you got to do is say, who won the game, go on about your business. I don't care if you talk about your mama. I understand emotions are high right there. Cause I tell you right now, you talk about my mama, it's gonna be some problems that you don't want. That's all
Of
I'm
course.
saying. But like, come on, man. Like you got to be smarter than that. So for y'all to do that, I'm glad they did charge y'all. I'm glad they did press charges. Cause see now y'all pretty much finna be on scared straight.
The amount of event, think about this year alone. When have we seen a year of college football where these guys are going crazy? Speeding, smoking weed on the field,
it's different
fighting each other. Yeah, Jermaine Burton, Alabama is smacking women on the field of the Tennessee game. Like, what? So
it's such a chaotic season with this type of stuff.
What can we attribute it to? Can we say NIL?
Punching the Georgia.
Relax.
Ring swinging on the Georgia. Then you throw that in there too. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck else are we gonna do this year?
no, it's been a while. You think of it, it's been a wild season. People
Yes.
cannot control themselves anymore.
Yeah.
Like, because man, I got eaten a lot by Alabama fans when I made that video. I'm like, this man is swinging on women. Like, and they're like, oh, he barely even had. I don't care. Imagine being if you were on the street
Yeah.
and you smack. How would you feel if your wife was carrying a phone and she got smacked upside the head by Jermaine Burton? How would you? Ooh, that's different. No, it's not different.
Well, they-
That woman could have been somebody's wife, girl, whatever. It's still a woman.
Not a good look at all. No, just not a good look. I don't care if
Like-
they're here or die. That's not good.
And you can't
What are
sit
you
there and
doing?
then I criticize Saban for trying to stick up for him. Like, oh, well, the
Oh, I did.
emotions and you felt scared and blah, blah, blah. Dude, come on. Let's pull it together. Let's hold it together for a minute.
You know what he was.
And let's be
for
real.
You know knew
No.
exactly what he was doing.
Now, were people saying stuff? Yeah. People were, I mean, there's video of Bryce Young running off the field and some dudes chasing him off the field, calling him the N-word. It's like, yeah,
What?
that's why he said what he said. Yes. He's like, I ran out the field and I felt scared. He literally said it. He's like, I was getting racial slurs said at me behind me. So, and it's like, that's what started the mount. That's why Nick Saban suspends Jermaine Burton. He said because of what was being said and done on the field when that happened. It wasn't like it was random.
I'm gonna put myself in the front street, y'all. With Bryce Young, I don't know if I could have let that one go. I'm gonna be honest,
bro.
I don't know if I could have let that one slide. I'm just me. I don't know if I could let that one slide. It was
Peters.
in me.
Dog.
That one slide. That was a tough one for me.
The reality is this: it's like Saban said, and Josh Heupel said it too. You can't have an incident where 100,000 people can get on a field because it can get ugly really quick. You think 4 people jumping a player is bad in a tunnel. What happens if those Tennessee fans saw Jermaine Burton and saw him slap that girl?
They could have killed him.
Oh, they could.
There would have been 25, 30 fans on him, holding that dude down, beating him down. So that's what we got to think about. That's why they need to come out. And the SEC commissioner, Greg Sankey, said they're coming out with new rules here soon to make it way more strict. So
as they should, bro. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Like that. My thing is, sorry, Jerry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, man.
But with a win like that, it's just how do you control that? Because, like you said, it's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
You can have all the security in the world. They're not going to stop 100,000 people
100,000
on the field. They're not going to be able to do that.
Nope.
No way.
Some of them calls going to be running the heck away.
And then you got Lane Kiffin clowning on Jimbo Fisher. You guys saw what he said about Jimbo?
That was cool. He said, I don't know, Jimbo's probably going to have a Joker outfit ready for me. Oh, that was gold.
Dog, when he talked about how, they have the #1 recruiting class and how they, should have been salary cap. He's like, that way they can't outbid us. I was like, this is about to get ugly really quick. And Lane Kiffin, he's been one of those guys that's, I don't know why. I guess it's because Saban gave him that second chance, but he stuck up for Saban ever since he left there. And I know people will talk about how he left was nasty, but dude, that's why I think people don't realize Jimbo screwed up. You can't be getting personal with people because then you have other people that's going to get involved when they see that.
Jimbo getting his feelings way too easy though, bro.
It's an easy target right now because the program's not winning. It's in disarray.
Dog. Yeah. They are what, 3-5? Something. What are they?
3
and 5. I'm not gonna say nothing about them because.
Well, speaking of it, AB, I mean, we got a game coming up, bro. I mean, what you think's gonna happen? What y'all feel like?
We'll see what happens.
It's at A&M, right? It's at Kyle Field.
Again.
Somehow for the third
at noon.
Oh, it's a noon kickoff?
Yeah.
For the third time in 4 weeks since they joined the SEC, we gotta go to Kyle Field. I'm about sick of going to Kyle Field. Can we get some games against them in Gainesville, please?
Evan Stewart versus Jason Marshall.
Evan Stewart's a beast, but I don't know how much longer he's going to be there.
He needs to leave, bro.
Yeah,
it's a dicey issue with him right now.
Since he got him. You know what's crazy? I forgot who it was, but somebody in the group chat, man, pretty much said we dodged the bullet with Evan Stewart because he's a head case. I'm like, don't seem like it.
I haven't seen anything on that.
I have not seen that.
But it's like now I'm like, damn, they may have been on to something.
Well, what did he do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's just say he wasn't part of this incident with the other 5 players that Jonathan mentioned. But he been a troublemaker, so he was in that car with Denver Harris going 90 miles an hour.
Miami is where his incident happened against Miami. I don't know if you guys remember that or not.
It was that too.
I remember something about that. Yeah,
he was also in that car.
Yeah,
that's why he got suspended earlier this year. So,
last year, was it last year? It was last year. Oh, no, it was this year. No, this year. My bad. Is when they played Miami and they got in trouble. Denver Harris, Chris Marshall, Evan Stewart were all suspended together.
Yep, they were.
That's right. So you're on to something here. So yeah, Evan Stewart actually has been in trouble already.
Yeah, he was in that car, so, and they were all suspended for that game, and somehow they won. But
They find those ways.
it's just being a head case, being just making dumb decisions. I mean, I don't care how young you are. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, they're just kids. They're just kids." Stop it. Stop making excuses for these guys. They're grown men. They know what they're doing at this point. They're not 4 years old. Nobody's gonna come out there and hold their hand for them and tell them how to go. Like, no, you're on your own now.
They get a lot of passes, bro. They get a lot of
Everybody gets one. That's what I
Yeah.
always say. Everybody gets one because you are entitled to a mistake like every human being on this planet
Yeah.
is.
Right.
You get caught smoking weed, there's your one, man. You know what I mean? Just don't get caught doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Don't get caught doing this stuff. Everybody screws up. You're going to be 19 years old.
Yeah.
So what?
None of us are perfect. Everybody's gonna make a mistake. We've all been 19 years old. We've all made mistakes. Plenty of. I mean, man, look. All I'm saying about hey,
Dude,
I made plenty of
road.
life. I ain't scared. I ain't ashamed to admit it. I made plenty of mistakes in my life. We all have.
yeah.
But when you start accumulating these mistakes, and they're, how can I put it? Just bonehead mistakes where you know what you're doing, you still do it.
It's not a mistake anymore. It's a pattern.
Problem. It's not a mistake anymore. Now you're just being stupid at this point.
Well, also, bro, I mean, like going back, and I don't want to blame it on the NIL, of course, but these kids come in, right? Millions of dollars offered on the table. If I get in trouble, my mom still got this amount of money, X, Y, and Z, $500,000.
That's the problem.
Yeah, like it's different now. There's no, if I get in trouble, I'm not gonna make it to the league, and I'm not gonna make money. It's more so of like I already got my money, so like even if I get in trouble, they're probably gonna bring me back if it's a minor offense, and I'll be straight after. And that type of mindset allows so much freedom to screw up. You know what I'm saying? So these kids don't care, man. Like I told somebody the other was it earlier today. I was like, Britton Cox got released, but this guy's probably not worried about much right now. I mean,
He'll get picked up.
He'll probably get picked up in the NFL, and I think he has endorsement deals now, like as well. So, I mean, he's like whatever.
Yeah. If you do get kicked off a team, it's like someone's gonna pick you back up. You'll get another NIL deal, that program.
Yeah.
So it's like cycle's gonna continue.
Somebody like Dion in Jackson State can promote it. Like if he does go to Jackson State, it's not like you're not going to get no spotlight. Like Deion Sanders is a spotlight. That's his big advantage he has in the HBCU with him there as the big name is he could bring you that spotlight.
Yep.
So, but dude, I got a question for you. I was doing some research today. I thought about doing a video on this. Is it not weird that only football and basketball is the ones where you have to go to college to go pro, but you look at like baseball, you look at hockey, you look at swimming, you look at every other sport, and big ones because everybody's like, it's amateurism. You have to go through college, and I'm like, hockey doesn't require that. Baseball, Bryce, what's his name? Bryce Harper.
He went to junior college.
He went to JV for once, and it wasn't even college. He didn't have to go to class, so he didn't have to go to classes.
He just showed up and played baseball. Yeah, picking the draft.
So, because the way they got it is, if you attend during the summer, your classes are scheduled, but you don't have to attend. But that's enough time on campus to get drafted. So he never went to class. So baseball has a loop to where you never have to go to class, but you get drafted.
Put it this way: if you go to a junior college instead of a Power 5 university, you're eligible. Hey, Joe Barr just got smothered. You're eligible to enter the draft that very next year.
Yeah.
So you really technically don't have to go to college for 3 years. You can literally go junior college 1 year, enter the draft again, and you can go pro after that.
But why is it that all these other sports get a pass, but college football and college basketball isn't? Damn near basketball is given the pass, by the way. Like, you know what I mean?
The pass again. I mean, they go to G League at night or
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. So realistically, football is the only one where it is a requirement.
I don't know. Maybe it's because of the physicality of football.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, their body's growing, and I don't know. But you also see some guys like Jadeveon Clowney out of high school, right? Like,
God almighty, bro.
Oh my!
He's NFL ready.
yeah, like he's ready to go to the league.
College.
Like, bro,
I think it's the
ready.
money, dude. I think universities can't give up the money.
That could be what it is. 'Cause they
Also
make
that-
so much money off of those two sports.
And the crazy thing with basketball, you look at some of these top-notch players and they're going to college for 1 year. It's like you look at someone, you're like, why are they in college? And I'm gonna bring up a name that Jerry hates at this point.
Say LeBron.
Andrew,
Okay.
we knew there ain't no way in the world he was going on.
Who?
Andrew Wiggins was one of those guys when he was coming out of high school. I'm like, when he was at Kansas, I'm like, why is he in college? Like why? Like, what point did we? What sense? Did
Zion Williamson.
why
Zion.
college?
Like,
No sense, dog.
Like no sense whatsoever. Why was he in college? Who else?
somebody had count 2 and had to play this man
Oh
at
my
7 o'clock
God.
p.m. on ACC Network Live.
That is
Like,
crazy.
why was he in college? Guys, who else?
I mean, if you think about it, Kevin Durant didn't really gain that much weight after college.
Right.
No, look,
He was another one of those guys. Like, why is he in college?
Honestly, bro, we can even go as far as to say Paolo, because Paolo Banchero, even when he was at Duke, it was like he was the guy was ready. He was ready already. It's
Yeah,
It's
guys
crazy.
like you just said, Paolo Banchero. Like, why was he in college? It's a bunch of them. It's like, why were these guys in college? Like, did they really need to go to college? Like, just put it back to where they can go out of high school.
yeah. Kyrie Irving played 8 games at Duke, by the way.
Yeah, they got hurt.
yeah, 8 games. Came and had one good tournament game and left, got the one pick.
And he was great against Michigan State. I think it was like his maybe first, second game, and I was like, this guy's ready to go to the NBA. Like,
Yeah, it's like he's clearly ready to go to the NBA.
yeah.
Darius Garland played 4 games for Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
In those 4 games, why is this kid in college? And how did he end up at Vanderbilt?
Right.
Vanderbilt,
They be getting
sneaky.
good sometimes.
And so
They get players
now,
in basketball. I don't know how, but they do.
Yeah.
yeah. And now, man, it's like,
Vanderbilt, it's gonna be. I'm playing baseball.
Yeah, Vandy's. Yeah.
Yeah, they're a baseball powerhouse and somewhat of a basketball sneaky too.
but a guy like, oh, what's going on, Jason? How you doing, man?
Wait, what'd you just call him?
Jason, aka Juice.
Juice?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it's Juice, man. That's
Yeah,
the Juice, man.
Hey,
Juice.
I got a question while you on here. Why you still got dial-up internet, man?
Dog.
God.
Because
Yeah,
I
man,
watched
y'all-
songs last night. All of a sudden, he cut out.
I was about to say I was on last night with those guys.
Yeah. Why you still got dial-up internet, man? Like, come on now. Who called while you was on the show and
Dude.
cut out your internet?
You didn't hear that? Me.
He got the dial-up sound from like 1999, man.
You got the AOL disc that you got to put in your computer.
Oh my God.
AB, you better knock on wood, bro, because the other day you would sound like you was under the water.
Hey, look, man.
It's out of the wall.
Not do. You said they had a storm last night. Oh yeah, you right. It was a storm, all right.
You got satellite. Then you got satellite. Is that what it is?
Apparently, your house is the only one that got hit.
That Dish Network.
Man, he out in Alabama, man. He got to come a little slack.
If you got
Oh.
a network, you need to go to DirecTV. That's all I'm saying.
AB, I wanted to ask you, and I want to ask everybody out here. So again, going back to some of the conversation we had about Gator Twitter, some of the comments being made. There's a lot of stuff floating around. There's been a lot of talk about, is it the scheme or is it Anthony Richardson? What do we feel about this? This is a subject I would definitely want to bring up.
It's a little of both.
Thank you.
It's both.
Anthony Richardson is missing throws.
Yep.
That's very true. But the scheme itself, you gotta run it. You gotta run your scheme to tailor to Anthony Richardson's strengths.
Right.
So if you know he's a dual threat quarterback, you need to let him show he's a dual threat quarterback.
Mhm.
Now, In that particular case, I got a question for y'all to piggyback off that.
Okay.
Do y'all feel like Anthony Richardson is being timid? Like he's a little timid, he's a little weary to run. Because part of me thinks the only time he runs is if he's got to scramble. Design runs, I haven't seen much of him. So do you think he's a little bit timid?
A little bit, because like every time he does get hit, he gets nicked up quite often. Remember
Yeah.
the first hit he took in the Georgia game on the sideline, he came up with a bad ankle and he looked kind of anyway, like he looked kind of like gimpy from right there after that hit against Georgia. So and we didn't really see him run too much after that.
I'm glad
If he
you
did,
real quick. I'm so sick and tired of this man getting hit in the knees and it's not getting called.
Bro, that joint is annoying, dog.
I'm absolutely sick because of this. Was Tom Brady who got a regular sack on him, but Brady Jerry called roughing the passer.
Dog.
If it's somebody like Tom Brady, somebody like I'm gonna just throw him out there, even though he ain't played the college game. Arch Manning.
Yeah. Oh, but Arch Manning getting every call. When he getting every call when he getting called.
He finna be getting every call. Texas winning games ain't got no business winning because he gonna be getting quarterback. He get hit one little time, it's barely a love tap. They gonna call roughing the passer. Like guys like him, they get hit in the knees, and it ain't gonna be no 15 yard. It's gonna be a 40-yard penalty.
Yeah.
They just gonna tack on another 25 yards. Like come on, man. Call him like it is. That's part of what when people talking about, oh, he's frustrated. That's literally why. He's tired of getting hit low and they're not calling it.
Yeah, it's tough, bro, because you see him get hit like that and they don't call it. And now, man, I remember last year, because he would get hurt last year too, but he would pull that sucker out. Like he was jumping over people. You know what I'm saying? Like throwing people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. And now we see a completely different guy. And I think probably because he doesn't have that Emory Jones safety blanket, he can come in if I get hurt. He is, bro, you know Anthony was running a lot more when Emory Jones was out there.
Don't bring that up. Nope. Bring that name up. Nope.
hey man,
It's true. It's true.
So
I rebuke that name. Nope. I don't want to hear that.
the game is the game, maybe. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
So I got one for you, AB. Think about this. In the first half, Anthony Richardson's about, on average, when I did the splits at the stats on him, it was about 60 to 65%. Second half, it drops to 50. Fourth quarter in particular, 45. When the games are closer than 8 points, it's 51%. Outside of that, it's 59%. So it's pretty clear the tighter a game is with Anthony Richardson, the more he struggles, which tells me what? He's the opposite of what he should be. He's not clutch. He doesn't take pressure very well. And if you also notice, the closer a game is as well, you'll notice his margins of taking off and running diminish. It's almost like the closer a game is, the more scared he is to take off to run. So when you look,
it's that factor of not wanting to get hurt. So you're playing not to get hurt, and that's usually this is what concerns me. When you play not to get hurt, that's how you get hurt.
Thank you, Amari Cooper. I'm sorry, fantasy.
How you get hurt. You gonna win.
No, you're not. No, and okay. So you guys are Florida fans, obviously. Has he progressed from last year to this year? Can you honestly sit here and say he's progressed?
He's regressed a little bit because of what we just explained. It's a little bit of the scheme, but it's a little bit him also. You got if you're Anthony Richardson, you got to get out your own head. Just go out there and play. Go out there and play. Like if you get hurt, if it's not serious to where you out the game, don't worry about come back. Get taped up, come back in the game. But
yeah, I mean,
you gotta get out your own head. But then at the same time, Billy Napier, you gotta look. You the right man for the job. We know you are.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It's to his strengths.
I was always very curious as to why Bryce Young. I think last year there was a few plays against Florida. The kid had open lanes, but he wouldn't run. And I was like,
he doesn't get everybody though. That's the thing. He always does this.
Right. It was like, what the free body? But he's very strategic. Like he knows what he's doing, and he keeps himself relatively out of harm's way. Like that's what he does. Anthony, man, he'll run and sometimes he'll just take big hits. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, dude, just
it's like you're better athletes now, man. You don't have to take that hit.
right. And then at other times he'll stand in the pocket to a detriment where he let himself get killed back there. And I'm like, what is going on in this guy's head? And I love Anthony, bro, but his decision making from running the football to throwing the football, that they're all kind of just like, where were you?
There's 3 or 4 times a game where he goes like, what did you see right there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's something that frustrates me though. It's like, yeah, we don't really call as many run plays as we should for him.
Mm-hmm.
But when we do, he doesn't make the correct read about 40% of the time. So you can't really run if he's not going to run the read correctly. And then on some of the throws that we had against Georgia, he just right out missed them.
Because this 5 yards he can take. He doesn't have to get hit. He doesn't have to get hit on some of those.
He doesn't.
It's 5 yards, slide once you get 5 yards. Like, that's it. But he won't even.
It's okay to go forward. It's okay to get 5 yards. You're going forward. That's all that matters as an offense.
Yep.
And I feel like another thing that's being overlooked is we're witnessing another change in college football. We witnessed the change of the pocket passer to the mobile quarterback right in the mid-2000s. Obviously, Nick Saban, Alabama, was one of the first ones to go, oh, well, we shouldn't be doing this. You know what I mean? So, and then it changed into that. And now, in my opinion, because now the linebackers are faster, they're more hybrid. The defensive, the edge players are faster, they're more hybrid. Mm-hmm. Now we're almost reverting back to you can't really rely on that as much anymore. Now you do need that pocket passer in a sense, or it's really not going to work. And I believe that's why Bryce Young does what he does, is because Bryce knows at the end of the day, like, I could take off and run, but what am I gaining from that?
Right.
Almost nothing, right? So, I mean, you can gain – no, don't get me wrong. There are times to where 3rd down and 6 and you have 20 yards in front of you where I was screaming at the TV, just take off and run. Like,
just
run.
Right.
Like, of course, you know what I mean? So, but we don't know what's said to these guys behind the scenes or anything else or what they're even thinking. So, because we saw what happens when Bryce Young gets hurt. I'm going, dear God, where's my candles? I need to light Jesus up, start praying, everything else.
Hey, I'll tell you what, John.
For real.
Y'all have to play Jalen Milroe. He's gonna run the ball regardless. He's running like that.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
He sees it all. He's like Michael Vick in Madden 04. He's out of there.
He's bailing.
Whoa. What we not gonna do is compare Michael Vick and Madden 04. We not gonna compare nobody to that.
No, nobody is that.
Everybody was literally playing with the Falcons on the game just to do that.
Like, you got banned from playing with the Falcons during the house rules when you try to play somebody.
Yep. But no, you're right, though. You know what you're going to get out of Jalen Milroe, but he is super inaccurate, and I got so much hate preseason on that. Oh, what are you talking about? Like, Ty Simpson is the future if you're looking at these two. Because Jalen Milroe was unable to throw in high school, and I get it. It sucks for him because he didn't have a coach to develop him into a quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of these guys, the coaches just use them for what they are. You're a running quarterback, we're going to run you. So he gets to Alabama, and, you know, people that were paying attention is going, hey, this dude's throwing 43% completion percentage in camps and then gets to 8A, and they're like, oh, he's improved. He's throwing 47%. Are you serious right now? You think that's good enough to win games?
7% is not much.
Dog. Like, you can't do that. And the only throws he can make is slants and out routes. He can't throw deep. I mean, did you guys watch him play?
Oh, yeah.
That deep ball was a lame duck, dog. I was like, he's got an arm on him, but, like, I'm talking, he can't read a defense. And that's kind of, in my opinion, Anthony Richardson's problem. He can't read that back end, bro. And if you can't read that back end, unless it's a busted coverage, you got problems.
Yeah. That was my concern. That was my concern. And the thing is, man, you always see flashes of something.
Yep.
You have to trust. You have to trust it. Regardless. So in 2020, I think it was Missouri, or no, it wasn't that one. He threw a pick, I think, in 2021, and I think might have been against Vanderbilt. But it was like it was horrible INT, bro. And I'm like, oh God, like, you know, like in back of my head, everybody's calling for him because Emory's throwing these passes. But Emory would be like 60% of the game, 60%, 63%. and then he'd throw a terrible interception. You're like, bro, like why would he throw it? So Emory sometimes would read the defense well, but throw it late, and then he'll get picked off every single time. Now Anthony, bro.
He's I keep telling you, he's raw. He's never been developed until now. So what you're going to have to do is exactly what Steve Sarkisian does with Quinn Ewers. Give him half the field to work with, and that's it.
Mhm.
Simplify the game for him, man. If you simplify the game, create layers like stack 2 receivers on one side with a tight end maybe or something like that, and give him half the field to work through on levels, it's going to help him progressively more than giving him an open field and relying on this cannon he has as an arm. Because I keep saying, like, he reminds me a lot of a young Jamarcus Russell. Like, he has a cannon, but his inability to see down the field is horrible. Like,
good, Jonathan. Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I got to give it to you the way I think, man.
It's like thank God he doesn't have the lack of work habits that Jamarcus Russell did.
Oh, no. I'm not saying from that standpoint. I'm talking about reading.
You can't come up with anybody else, though.
I'm not. Look, Jamarcus in college, though, was the truth.
Well, he can do that thing down all the way to cross state lines if he could.
And that's the thing, though. His ability wasn't being super accurate. His ability was, I want to outthrow you. I'm going to throw 70 yards and good luck because our receivers on 4.2s.
Right.
So, like, yeah.
And I think that was bro. Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
I was like, and the other part is, if it gets there, if it is accurate, it's going to break somebody's head because he throws 1,000 miles an hour.
He might to kill people.
He's like Jalen Milroe.
He's like a Aroldis Chapman throws a fastball.
Bro, Jalen Milroe
be trying to throw that thing.
He was like dislocating people's fingers. Like, dude, you throw into the running back out of the backfield, and it's coming at you 100 miles an hour, and these dudes are looking at him like he's crazy. Like, bro,
it's
juice.
I'm gonna break up the movie real quick. Have any of y'all ever seen that movie, The Scout, with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
Remember he's like this hot shot fastball pitcher.
Yep.
Every time he threw the ball, the catcher's like doing backflips.
Yep.
Throwing the ball right now.
Yep.
That's pretty much him throwing the ball right now. But
you trying to laser that sucker, boy.
Yeah, I want to address something real quick because for some reason there was some Twitter rumor out there that's suggesting that Anthony Richardson is either going to go pro or possibly transfer.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
So,
no.
Any thoughts on that? Because I personally say this: if he does one of the two, he's going to be go pro.
He ain't going pro, dude.
He's not transferring, so
he's too raw to go pro, in my opinion.
I believe that same thing, Jonathan. But here's the thing: a lot of NFL scouts, they still love him.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
The reason you just said, they feel like their coaches feel like, okay, we see what he's not good at. We can slowly bring him along and let him learn this stuff, but keep it simple for him. But I think he should come back another year. But
AB, that's the thing though. It happens every single draft cycle. That a lot of people tend to not take into account when they see quarterbacks who don't really produce that well, but they draft high. NFL coaches are arrogant sons of bitches.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah,
they all think they can fix a guy. Every single one of them.
The problem with AR though is it's not that he's coming in raw either. He's also has additional baggage of being injury prone.
Yeah,
so there's a lot you got to work through. It's not just we got to develop this kid. We got to make sure he can stay healthy.
Stays healthy.
Yeah, keep off the turntable.
Somebody said he was like I think it was Dante Sanders Lane, which is ironic. He said he was like a Kadarius Toney at quarterback, and Kadarius Toney was known to be injury prone and very raw at wide receiver. Now Kadarius Toney is very gifted.
Only at quarterback was. I'm in Pensacola. He's from Mobile. We got the highlights every single Friday night on TV. When I tell y'all he was that deal at quarterback at Blunt High School,
he was cold.
Yeah. Remember, he was that deal. I literally saw this man had a game on TV. It was 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. He throws a deep pass down the seam. It was a rope. Kid you not, receiver puts his hands out, ball hits his hands, in stride, touchdown.
No, he was a beast at quarterback.
He can sling it out there.
He could have easily played quarterback at Florida if he wanted to.
Juice asked, I wanted to answer his question. Juice asked, do I think Anthony Richardson will be better next year or the same? Well, okay. I kind of go back to Felipe Franks right?
I'm glad you brought that up because look at this.
Oh man.
Yep.
But see, no.
Yeah.
Pause though, J Money. I'm gonna tell you why I wouldn't say that. AR doesn't have the luxury of having Dan Mullen come in with Kadarius Toney, Grimes, Van Jefferson, Kyle Pitts, all these guys, all these weapons. We will still have pretty much the same guys, except maybe some freshman wide receivers, and they'll still be running some of these, some of these same similar routes, unless Billy Napier is like, let me get me an offensive coordinator or analyst is going to kind of add some different kinks here in the offense.
Right.
I don't.
He's actually going. I hope he does that.
Yeah, I think he should. Like, not an OC, but maybe an analyst that sees something in the box. If the analyst is up there, they'll be able to see that these linebackers are literally sitting back and waiting on these routes and these slow developing play action passes to go through so they can pick the ball off. And Anthony now, instead of just throwing the ball, he'll sit there and just look, and it's like, throw it. There's nobody open, right? So it's tough to say if he'll get better because the play calling probably will be the same. And I'm not sure how comfortable he can get in a system that really doesn't fit him, in his skill set. It's kind of a hard question.
I'll also say this, and I'm not trying to take up from defender full on, but he needs better receivers around him. Like he needs better.
Yeah.
These receivers that Ford has coming in this class, they taking spots. I'm letting you know that right now.
Oh,
They taking spots.
Aiden is going to be. I'm telling you,
Timothy. That's right.
It's gonna take one practice sequence
Yeah,
where
wait
he burns somebody on the sideline.
Nice job, Gerald. We had to send Jerry in to work done to get Aiden in the class because he was flirting with Bama for a little bit. Once that happened, it was like, wait a minute, Jerry, get your behind in there and do what you got.
I think Bama offered him first, and then Georgia, and then Florida came along. I'm like, bro, please.
You're playing with fire right there. You can't.
Yeah, Jerry, you had to do what you had to do, right?
But
he scrolled through his contacts, saw the number, put the call in.
I'm gonna tell you what though, and I'm glad Aiden's a big time Gator fan and he has family ties. But if he were to go to Tennessee, he would be perfect.
Hey.
He would.
Perfect.
He would.
Start out from the podcast.
He would be perfect.
I hear that.
He's perfect for Hypo,
Like,
bro.
Hypo would have him running wide open.
Oh my god, that dude would be a Heisman candidate, bro. He would be because he's way too fast for everybody. He's like this tall, lanky.
He put up a 2014 Amari Cooper season down there.
Yeah,
The
bro.
Apple's offense.
while you at it, I guess Andy Jean's going too. Then, right?
Hey, I heard something about that though. I heard something about him possibly.
He's from Miami. I got somebody that knows him quite well that works at Liberty City High, but we're going to see because the problem you're about to probably experience is that the true colors of these teams having money is probably about to expose itself the closer we get to early signing day, is what I've heard. Because
I'm glad you said that.
Because I think everybody's about. I honestly think this is the point to where Texas A&M is going to get their throat stepped on, and they're going to expose for what they did wrong. And teams like I think Miami's going to be one of the first ones to show its neck.
I'm glad you did it. I knew you were.
You know what I mean. You know where I'm going with that. So
I'm telling y'all right now. I'm not making a prediction, but I'm saying watch for this. Don't be surprised if that class starts to fall apart.
I expect some flips.
No, I'm talking about that class falling apart.
I think Alabama snatched some, Georgia, and maybe us.
This right here is being promised, and they're not getting it.
Yeah, that's the problem. It started at Texas A&M when they stopped when they weren't getting some of these benefits. People started asking questions, and now all of a sudden, it's like, well, how truthful are these guys? Because one of the biggest things, obviously, I watch Alabama football and listen to all the press conferences and stuff. One of the biggest things Saban always said was, we're not going to promise you something we can't give you. That's why we don't tell these kids you're going to get big NIL deals here.
Yeah.
He's like, what we can tell you is here's our local in-house counsel that will help you through the process of getting an NIL deal, but you will not get that before you step on campus and enroll in a class. So He's protecting himself in the university. Whereas these other collegiate programs are saying, we have boosters in that box up there, in that stadium. They can, you know what I mean? They can get you what you want. And now, like I'm telling you, I think the ugly side of recruiting is about to show itself in late November, early December.
I'm just hoping we have the money to drop off. AB said, you think we're going to be 7th or higher in recruiting?
I think it goes there. I say top 6, but with some dominoes, maybe top 5, possibly.
Yeah, if some
who's flipping? Who's flipping?
Fall, yeah.
I don't think you. The problem is like who else is there to bring in? Not many. Who are you going to flip? It's going to come down.
Who are we going to flip for us to even get into the top 7?
The thing, and that's the problem you're going to have. There's not many out there left. There's a few, but yeah, I know what you're going to say. You're going to bring up Texas A&M and Miami. Texas A&M, I believe, is going to end up losing a few in the few they already have.
And I think it's going to be some guys from their previous class that hit the portal also.
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer right there.
So, like, you got to watch for this because it's like, I look at it like this. If you're these boosters or these coaches, you got to stop lying to these kids, man. Like, be truthful. Like, you can lie to them to get them in, but then, they're kids. They're quote-unquote naive like you think. They're not as naive as you think. They're going to get on campus. They're going to find out what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
They're going to get up out of there if they find out you're being fake and you're lying to them.
Miami got to be careful with that right now, too. Because the way they look on the field, if there are empty promises on the field, empty promises in playtime, empty promises in money, that's not going to end well for Cristobal. It's really not.
Nope. And the funny thing was, like, I'm just being real when I say this. Like, we tried to tell Miami fans, Cristobal is a great recruiter. He is. He's always had the reputation of being a great recruiter. When he was at Alabama, he was that deal in recruiting. When he was at Oregon, let's be honest, he was the one who put most of them classes together, not Willie Taggart. So he was the one who put most of them classes together. Because when Taggart left, recruiting never tailed off. Recruiting actually got better when Taggart left. And Cristobal was still there. The recruiting class Miami has right now is a really good class. With Cormani McClain part of it. It's a good class. It really is. On the field matters a little bit more than just recruiting. He's shown that as a coach on the field, as a head coach,
there's a lot to be desired.
There's a lot to be desired. You can't keep bringing in these top classes like this, and you see the results. You're 3 and 4, 4 and 4, 4 and 5 on the football field every single year. Like, that can't happen. That doesn't add up.
So you guys are 9th right now according to 24/7 Sports. Yes. My Excel sheet, I only have one get for Florida. I have Desmond Ricks reclassifying for 2023, and you guys getting Desmond Ricks, which would be the number 3 corner. Yeah.
What?
You guys are going to get Desmond Ricks. Cormani McClain not going there. I feel like it opened a big void for Desmond.
For Desmond Ricks.
So now, is Desmond Ricks Cormani McClain? No. You know what I mean? But he's a great corner. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's definitely an upgrade, in my opinion.
I'll say this. He's more college ready
than Cormani.
Cormani is still just learning the position.
We're talking body frame.
He played mostly offense until he got to high school. So he's still learning the position. Now, he's really good. He's elite. But
like press man?
I'm talking about a sense of body weight and size and everything. Because Cormani's got to put on weight, too.
You're right.
30 pounds.
That man's playing the ACC.
Out there,
I was about to say, with him, AB, low key, with him playing in the ACC, bro,
he's gonna be a freshman All-American. He's a lockdown press man corner.
He's got press man guys that playing in Virginia instead of
his money.
Yeah.
Like if you're asking me Desmond Ricks or Cormani McClain, it's not even close.
Yeah,
it's Cormani McClain all day.
I'm gonna go Cormani as a player, but if you ask me which one, just based on their stature, how they are now, which one's more ready to play, I'm going to say Ricks because he's bigger. But if you ask me who's better, I'm going to say Cormani.
Yeah. Cormani's going to put on about 20 pounds.
Because Ricks is also older.
Yeah.
'Cause Ricks is 18. He's already turned 18, so he is older as well.
So how is he reclassifying in 23?
He probably
People tend to fail grades every now and then. I don't know if that's the case.
Or
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I'm not saying that.
That had to be. The numbers ain't adding
I
up.
don't know.
Remember,
though.
Calvin Ridley as a freshman at Bama was 21.
What?
So-
yeah, that's why he had to stop playing all of a sudden in high school.
Calvin Ridley was 21.
Yeah, he was like 20 or 21 when he got to campus.
So
Because in the state of Florida, high school football, you have the 19 and 9 month rule. Once you hit 19 years and 9 months, and you're in high school playing football or any sport, you can't play football.
because Desmond Ricks was going to initially play a third year at IMG, then reclassifies obviously from 24 to 23. And that's what turned a lot of people's heads because Miami just got Cormani McClain now. Alabama has Jaleel Hurley, obviously,
Another really good corner.
another really good corner. So I feel like the potential is him going. It makes sense for him to go to Florida. Once he wouldn't go to Miami with Cormani McClain. It wasn't UAB that was saying that he doesn't get it along with Cormani.
Get along.
So yeah, I heard the opposite. Of course, I can only go off of what I hear.
When remember they had that tournament, that 7-on-7 tournament
7-on-7
in Vegas with South Florida Express and then the Miami Immortals. Desmond Ricks is playing for the Miami Immortals. Cormani playing South Florida Express. Cormani McClain was playing receiver. Desmond Ricks is covering him the whole game. Those two were going at it the entire game. They don't get along at all, and that's been the case for the last couple of years.
But I believe that everything, in my opinion, points to Desmond Ricks to Florida.
Everything points to Florida around this time until signing day. And
No, not necessarily. Let me tell you something. You guys know me by now, but like Desmond Ricks really does point to Florida in this instance because when you look at his top ones, it wouldn't make sense for him to go to Alabama. Dude, Kool-Aid McKinstry's coming back next year. Eli Ricks could be coming back next year. Like Terrion Arnold for sure is coming back next year. We have Jaleel Hurley, Tony Mitchell, Caleb Downs. Like we have so much at the position right now. It would be almost insane to go to Alabama. So would you go to Miami with Cormani McClain? Like AB just said, you possibly don't get along. Who knows what goes on down there? And then
LSU,
I don't know.
LSU probably, but
I've heard LSU is like the lock.
With Desmond Ricks, LSU ain't no lock, dog.
Everybody's talking about Alabama and LSU are the schools that may have.
Let me bring it up, dude.
But I'm gonna be honest. I would have said more so Alabama and Florida.
Yeah,
I would have said those two, and then LSU third because. I mean, yeah, he likes LSU, but let's be honest. The reason why he had interest in LSU in the first place, Corey Raymond. Where's Corey Raymond now?
Then that's the thing.
There you go, right there. So that's where Florida comes in. Florida's been on him even since Mullen, and I think when it's all said and done, it's going to come down to those three schools: Alabama, LSU, and Florida. And if we land Desmond Ricks, first of all, he's playing next year. Like there ain't
you land him, yeah,
100%.
He's 100% playing. We land him. Number two, yes, the sting of losing Cormani will still be there, but that's not a terrible consolation prize. He reclassifies and he's immediately the number 2 corner in the country. That tells you everything you need to know. He's by far better than every other corner in 2024. And if you come in and be the number 2 corner for 2023 when you reclassify, them other corners like AJ Harris, Tony Mitchell, Jaleel Hurley, these guys are really, really good. For him to jump those guys says a lot about how good he really is.
Tony Mitchell reclassified to a safety because he's been playing safety. And that's what Alabama told him to do. That's nuts when the college teams tell you, like, you're a safety now. And you start playing safety.
Hey, Saban's in that safety room. If he's coaching me at safety, I don't think I say no.
No.
I mean, Saban's going to be hands-on with the DB, so you finna get some good technique with him coaching you. Him coaching you, Corey Raymond coaching you, you're going to pretty much get coached up and developed. There's not a question.
Yeah, plus their system is what it is also. Like, they play a lot of man. It's you better make a play on us because I trust this man I'm coaching right here to lock you down. If you beat him, congratulations. But we're gonna stay in this. So if I'm a corner, if I'm a press man guy, I am heavily looking at that.
And the feds have officially seized Jerry's computer because we
Of
lost.
course.
I don't know what he did, but Jerry, whatever's on that computer,
You know what's on that computer? It's a whole lot of.
we'll visit you in prison, man. That's all.
This is the best of us.
I don't know what you did, but we'll visit you in prison.
Pretty real.
That's if we hope you make it.
If you don't, well, I got you on the JP.
Well, if you don't, well, hey, look. I look at it like this. You look, we did all we could.
We tried.
Yeah, we'll try and get it back. We don't know what happened.
I feel like 2024 though is going to be a statement for Billy Napier in recruiting. Though, I feel like 2024 could be that year, top 5, like make a statement in the SEC, especially when you consider Oklahoma and Texas both come to the SEC.
Right.
Like, you got a lot to think about, like so much.
Now we got to preview this Florida A&M game. We'll try and get Jerry back in here. We don't know what happened, but we'll get him back in here. But what are y'all thoughts on this game when you look at this matchup? These teams?
First of all, why the hell are we still in College Station? That's the first thing I'm gonna ask.
Oh, so he was talking about my internet being underwater and everything. Sorry, y'all, but yeah, guess who internet went out?
Oh my gosh, AB, relax.
This is what happens when you talk about my internet unnecessarily. This is what happens. See, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
He does. But let's come on back to the predictions, and let's come on back to the topic at hand, AB.
Yeah. Texas A&M matchup. Early thoughts on it, because yeah.
Other than the College Station thing that's been hit to death. Talented football team, but they're in disarray and they've lost a bunch of guys. Obviously, the suspensions and then injuries. Quarterback situation is up in the air. We got some problems of our own. Cox is now off the team, and you're rounding back trying to get to a bowl game. I think they'll come out firing here. Florida will. I don't think it'll be like 23-17. If it were to be a score that we win, I'd say that.
This is a tough game to look at because A&M's on 4 losing streak, man. 4 games in a row. Florida's got 2 in a row now. Like, in my opinion, this is almost like a make or break for both these coaches for the fans. The A&M feels like, okay, Jimbo, like, you can't lose this game at home. Kyle Field against Florida. We have to make this up somehow. And if they lose that game, it's going to be chaos in A&M because they're on the brink of not making a bowl game at that point.
I want to ask you about that real quick because there's rumors out there that if Jimbo don't win 6 games, he might be out of a job.
Well,
what surprised me?
The problem is you have a $95 million buyout.
Yeah,
clearly, but at the same time, it's all rumor that Sexton is in College Station today, and supposedly that only tells me 1 of 2 things are happening. It's either Jimbo trying to renegotiate his contract, maybe he wants out of A&M, right? And maybe he's willing to take a buyout that's smaller than $90 million. I don't know, or he's trying to protect himself to make sure that those guys that got caught smoking weed doesn't implement what's called immoral turpitude on Jimbo, which means they wouldn't have to pay him a buyout at all. So, think about that too. Moral turpitude means that you have a suspicion that your players could be doing something and you didn't act on it. So they can get you terminated, and that's one of them. So moral turpitude was handed down on Jeremy Pruitt. You know what I mean? And people didn't really see what moral turpitude could do to a coach until that happened, and they just killed his entire contract and said, see you, bro, and we're not paying you nothing. You know what I mean? Like, as a matter of fact, we're going to sue you, and you're going to pay us some money back.
Yeah,
exactly. So that's what's going on right now with Jeremy Pruitt. So I think that, if Sexton, if this rumor is true, he's in College Station, that could be, I think Jimbo is almost protecting himself by saying, I need to make sure I'm in the clear for this. And this isn't going to come back on me, like in some sort of fashion. Because once again, people are going to raise the question of your players are in the locker room, in the visiting locker room in South Carolina smoking weed. How would you not know about that 10 minutes prior to kickoff? Where are you at? Like, where are you at in all this? So where your coach is at. So you got that going on. And you look at like, dude, there's A&M has no offense. Their offense is non-existent. A-Chain is the only thing they have left. You shut him down, they're pretty much immobile. But at the same time, I look at Kyle Field and I look, if this is in the swamp, I'd say Florida hands down. But I got to trust Anthony Richardson's not going to throw for 48%. You know what I mean? Like, and convert third downs. What was he, 4-16 last weekend?
But here's the crazy thing about that. If you look at the games this year, do y'all realize he's actually performed better on the road than he has at home?
Who?
Not with accuracy.
Not with accuracy, but like in big game situations, like, for example, against Tennessee.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
He had a great game. Now, the defense let him down, clearly, but he had a great game. You go on the road to, who else did we go on the road to?
No.
That might have been our only road game.
I think we play a lot of games, especially early at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did, actually.
Like, he's played better. Like, it almost seems like he's more comfortable. I'll go, perfect example, LSU last year when he came into the game.
Yeah.
He had a great game. I guess what I'm saying is, like, when he's away from the swamp, he tends to. I don't understand. It's weird.
That place is loud.
That
It's
place,
super loud.
that place is loud.
But it's not at night, so I guess you will have that advantage. It's not a night game; it's a noon game, so you gain something from that.
Yeah.
By the way, Jerry, what was that about people's internet? Real quick?
Yeah, hear that.
It went out, bro. I was like,
Hey, man.
I told these two, this is what happens when you diss people's internet for unnecessary reasons. The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Bro, it was crazy. I'm like, what
It'd be like that.
But look, I have a nasty narrative, bro.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have a nasty narrative, but I don't think it's appropriate for the podcast. But, yeah.
No, I'm going to say you already brought it up. Now going to say,
Here we go, Jerry. You already brought it. Might as well go ahead and
look,
say
I
it.
know, the whole recruiting thing with DJ Lagway. We want to get DJ Lagway and all this. I am opposed. Yeah, you're right. I do. I'm not opposed to DJ Lagway, the player. I'm opposed to the situation. I don't think DJ Lagway coming to Florida would be in his best interest, because he would come in he would be expected to be the savior, just like Emory Jones was, just like Treon Harris was, just like Anthony Richardson was, just like who Malik Zaire was. If you are a certain type of player, right?
no,
You should
hold
All this shit back.
You should come to Florida. You should.
Jerry, what are you cooking right now, fam?
Jerry, time out. See, what you're not about to do is bring up Treon Harris, Emory Jones, and Malik Zaire and use the word savior of the program with them three names in that sense. You
know damn well not a single soul was expecting Malik Zaire to be Cam
We're
Newton.
not going to do this.
No. The Malik Zaire tweets were crazy earlier, bro.
We knew we were cooked with him at quarterback when we saw them long sleeves.
No, all those tweets were straight copium because we had no quarterback situation to begin with.
But all jokes aside, though, I think DJ Lagway should. If I was his dad, if I was his parent, I'll say go to Ohio State. Go to Ohio State.
Why?
Because you have guaranteed NFL. You would be guaranteed to go to the NFL, bro.
Jerry, answer me this question though. Name one Ohio State quarterback that's panned out.
Name one U.S. quarterback that's panned out in the NFL.
That's well. Well,
He
Rex kind of
And the
did.
other,
Got a
part is,
point.
well,
Rex
frankly,
kind of did. He got.
I was hold on. If I can interject it for a second, I will say though about the name one that panned out. Who fucking cares? They got drafted in the first round. That's standing out
Exactly
to
my
me.
point. Exactly.
Yeah, but they
Why?
get to the pros and get exposed.
If
Yeah,
no.
and they get that
If your
signing
son,
bonus. They won in the end.
if your son is a quarterback, looking at Florida's track record of quarterbacks, you don't want them to go to Florida. You want them to go to either Alabama, as of late. Look what Alabama's put out: Tua, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts.
Alabama, I would send them
Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma.
Ohio State. Not Ohio State for one reason. The only one that's going to pan out is C.J. Stroud because he's already a pocket passer and can read defense.
That's not the point.
He is
That's not the point.
But I'm sending him to Alabama, and I'm sending him. You know where I'm actually going to send him also because they have a history of developing quarterbacks. I'm sending him to USC.
I knew USC with Lincoln Riley was going to come up.
I'm sending him to USC. It's not just him though. It's that history with quarterbacks. I'm sending him there too because they don't matter who the coach is. They have a history of developing quarterbacks. So
All I'm gonna say is your game is getting off at Ohio State regardless because even if you're a first round draft pick quarterback that probably won't pan out in the league, you have first round wide receivers that definitely will pan out in the league. And your game is what you're getting off.
you're gonna be if I'm a recruit, if I'm a receiver, I'm going over.
Brian Hartline's there, bro.
He was a machine with these developing receivers.
DJ Lagway coming to Florida.
You see the genes from his daddy.
Look, AB, I think DJ Lagway is a great player. I would love to see him pan out and come to Florida. But for some reason, these guys come to Florida. These highly recruited. Jeff Driscoll, you can add him to it. John Brantley, you can add him to it.
I'm done.
You can add all these guys. Felipe Franks, you can add him to it. No matter who they are, they come to Florida and their skill set, whatever skill set that they do have, goes out the window.
I will say, Derek, this is an extremely flawed premise because quarterbacks, especially because of recruiting, there are a crapshoot at the highest order. And some of these guys, like, think about it. John Brantley, he got recruited. He's a statue pocket passer who got recruited to play a spread option offense.
Yeah.
That was never going to work.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. But then you have Anthony Richardson playing in the pistol now because you fired the coach that got him there to be a mobile type quarterback read option.
Because
you fired him. You fired him, and now you have him in a pistol offense.
I mean, even if we got called read options, he doesn't even make the correct read sometimes. It is what it is. We don't know. You just don't know when these guys come there. Like Felipe Franks, I'll go back to that. He's tall with a cannon, but he was raw in every other development.
I'm saying it don't matter. It don't matter. We need to get a quarterback that can throw the ball.
No. Let's relax. It's still out for jury. Kyle Trask is not becoming an NFL starting quarterback.
No.
Come on now.
Because Tom Brady keeps milking his time for some reason.
He's going to be 96 years old still.
But we've never seen outside of Tim Tebow. Outside of Tim Tebow and that tremendous offense with Urban Meyer, we don't really see these dual threat guys work out at Florida. It just doesn't. It works out whenever you get the Florida athletes that can, like these wide receivers that have tremendous speed, agility. These type guys, you get them to UF, get them a quarterback that can just read the defense, get them the ball. It'll work out. But I don't think this dual threat quarterback thing works at Florida.
Basically, Jerry, what you just said is that you need talent all around you to win games in the SEC. That's the argument.
Quarterback, a pocket passing quarterback. Because the quarterbacks that were Gator leans or were affiliated with the Gators, they left and they won the Heisman. Cam Newton and Lamar Jackson, both supposed to go to Florida and supposed to be Gator guys. They left, athletic dual threats. They won the Heisman, both of them.
Yeah, because they're special fucking players. It wasn't because it's not because of the helmet, Jerry. It's because they were special athletes.
I'm just saying.
With the Louisville.
I'm just saying.
Jerry, let me ask you a question.
What's the question?
What did guys like Jeff Driscoll and I'll even throw Treon in there? What the hell did they have around them?
What does AR-15? What does AR have? You tell me, Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall, our best receiver. He's our best receiver. If people want to get mad,
what does he have around him? That kind of does play a part, but now I will say, I've said it. He's missing throws and he's got to work on. I've said that. We've all said that. We know that he's raw. He will have to learn that, and he will. I believe he will learn that. But what does he have to work with?
My other thing is though,
Exactly.
even going off that though, go back to Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton. What did they have to work with?
Yeah, Cam Newton had
Bro,
nobody.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Cam Newton didn't have nobody.
Lamar Jackson had some good receivers around him.
Yeah,
that's-
but
Geno
Cam
Smith?
Newton, Publix
Brock
grocery bagger was his receiver dog.
Cam Newton literally had Michael Dyer on offense with
Yeah.
Ontario McKay.
Who can you
Dog.
name on Lamar Jackson's offense? Who?
Who was their
Yeah,
running
for-
back? They had a running back that went to the
I don't
NFL that did
remember.
pretty good. I don't remember his name though.
I
Which
remember
one?
it.
What was his
Their
name?
only other-
You guys, you know what I'm talking about though, right?
yeah, they
For who? For Auburn?
No, for
Oh,
Louisville.
Bill
That,
won the Heisman.
that running back with Lamar, he actually went pro.
Yeah,
He
he
went
was-
NFL.
He was okay there for a minute.
I mean, he wasn't nothing like crazy.
But he got but the point of making is like he had guys around him. Lamar Jackson actually had
Mm-hmm.
guys around him.
Dude,
No,
those are
like-
once in a generation though. Quarterback. Those are like special
Generation.
Those
talent.
special guys. Like the only other guy who went seriously pro with Lamar Jackson was Jair Alexander on defense.
Yeah, you're right on that. Yeah.
This is also right here.
Yeah.
In
it-
Ohio State's offense, it's a one-read offense. So if that read's not there, the quarterback's taking off, or they're hitting the check down. They have
that's why
a
they
one.
struggle in the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they struggle in the NFL.
Yeah.
Now the reason why C.J. Stroud is going to be different is because coming out of high school, he was already a pocket passer.
Yeah, he was a dog.
Happens to be able to run. He's athletic enough to get out the pocket and still run when he has to. But he is a pure pocket passer. That's why he's going to be different. That's the only one. Ohio State quarterbacks don't usually pan out because it's a one-read offense. Then they get to the pros, they got to read more of the defense,
Yeah.
and they struggle. That's literally why I said, Jerry, that's part of why I wouldn't necessarily send him to Ohio State. That's why we brought up Alabama. I was like,
I don't know. No. I'm talking about just getting there, getting to the draft where hey, my guy is a top 5 prospect quarterback. That's it.
Okay, if that's the case, you did that with Oklahoma when Lincoln Riley was there too.
Yes.
Look at Jalen
Oh,
Hurts.
yeah.
Look at Kyler Murray. I'm not
Like-
going to say Baker Mayfield because come on now, that wasn't a Lincoln Riley recruit.
I mean, technically, Kyler Murray wasn't either
The dude was Kyler Murray, but you know,
because he was at A&M. So I mean, who is he really developed?
he's got Caleb Williams right now.
But Caleb Williams is looking awfully average.
Caleb Williams is hit or miss for me.
No,
Like,
not
he
really.
tended-
I think he's good.
You,
I think
you
he's a
got
good player, but like he kind of
Mario.
is at times.
But AB, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain schools. Like you don't want to send your kid to certain schools to play certain positions. It's
You're right.
just the fact of the matter, bro. Like certain schools, I just rather not send my kid to play certain positions.
Yeah, true. But I'm also a big proponent
I
of
would say this-
look at the helmet. Don't look at the helmet sometimes. I'm a big proponent of that.
I will say this about Lagway. That kid is enamored with Florida. I'm telling you right now, he loves Billy and Ryan O'Hara, and he feels like they can develop him. So that's why they're still right there.
Yeah.
Now I know he's
Freaking-
looking at A&M, but I'm telling you, he loves Florida. He does.
The kid probably.
And on top of that, he's gonna be a lead recruiter. So wherever he commits to,
Yeah, you're right on that.
he's gonna go out to some guy. I can tell you right now, he commit to Florida. I can already tell you the first 2 guys he's gonna go after.
Oh yeah.
Them 2 Chaminade receivers down in South Florida. He's going after them. The first 2 he's gonna go after.
That's something I would definitely. I think
Like, I'm
he
telling
would bring
you,
in.
I mean, Jeremiah Smith's got crystal balls and predictions for Ohio State. He's enamored with Ohio State, and as well he should be.
Yeah.
But part of me thinks he's waiting to see where Lagway goes.
he's a spectacular talent, bro. But it's just like
And for the DJ Lagway can't throw crew, why don't y'all look at his numbers and see kids going like 26 for 29, 385, and 5 touchdowns every week at this point. And they're winning games by 50.
Yeah.
So for the DJ Lagway can't throw crew, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and rewire y'all brains.
I shall not speak.
That you better not speak. 'Cause every time, Jonathan, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna be real with you. Every time this man speak on a black quarterback at Florida, their career dies.
To my Jerry?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He said Treon for Heisman. Look at how
Oh,
it turned out.
Like for him, like 17 wins.
Right
Like, so I'm
up
gonna give him some
percent.
credit.
I was actually 14, by the way.
Even worse.
15.
Oh my gosh.
He hyped up Jacoby Brissett when we had him. He goes to NC State. Who else he have? He loved Emory Jones.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Emory Jones coming
Everybody did though, yeah.
And barely threw the ball. That was my concern. You hyped him up. I ain't gonna lie, I did too.
Oh, you had some nasty tweets out there, brother.
uh,
No, you said 40 touchdowns. said 40. Said 40 touchdowns.
I was thinking about the offense that Dan Mullen had and how he would use them. I just didn't think it would go downhill that fast. Then we saw what was really going on. And it's like he got to go. You hyped up Anthony Richardson a little bit. And look what happened.
I started to dial it down though. That's still my guy though. I love Anthony.
We're cooked.
Anthony's he's a great person. Off the field, he's a great guy.
Yeah, you can look. You still got a girlfriend. That's all I'm saying.
I'm crying.
Relax, baby.
I am crying. But more on that though later. I'll tell you guys. But anyways,
yeah, that was a great story to run. So
yeah,
but yeah. Looking at Jared, we never really got your thoughts. Let's get your thoughts on this before the A&M preview.
well,
we found a running back's name real quick though.
Oh yeah, Brandon Ratcliffe. There we go.
Okay, but Florida and Texas A&M. Malik, yes, I agree.
This is a tough one for you, Jerry.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I agree there too. I think I am bad luck, bro. I really might just be no cap.
Speaking of Malik, shout out to my guy Malik Davis, getting his first carries in the NFL yesterday for my Dallas Cowboys. As we did not need Zeke Elliott yesterday. Glad we rested him. We can get him help. Tony Pollard showed he was that deal. Malik Davis did good when he came out there. Shout out to Malik Davis. Getting the dub out there.
For sure, man. For sure. But
yeah.
I think A-Chain's gonna give us a lot of problems. Unfortunately. I think the guy's just very talented. If I were Jimbo, I would spread the offense out and have A-Chain and Evan Stewart on the same side, and I would just freaking have Evan Stewart running slants, A-Chain doing wheel routes and like all types of stuff. I mean, that's what I would do personally. But, you ain't got to be a genius to beat this Florida defense. You really don't have to be. So,
even if we have the right defense in, they're going to probably screw it up by playing it wrong anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough, but we got to prep for the quarterback.
Here's the thing I'm looking forward to. We're actually going to have a guy out there that can set the edge.
Are we sure about this? Are we saying because he's not Brendan Cox, or do we know this for sure?
Brendan Cox is gone.
Oh, he's done.
Okay, so it's the former.
Yeah, he's done.
I don't have to wait. I'll just watch Saturday. That's all I'm saying.
Do not make assumptions. Don't make assumptions, bro. These kids were not coached properly last year. It's literally like a tryout. Like John was saying, it's a tryout.
It is. And like I said, it's gonna be roster turnover. It started with Josh Braun. Now Brent Cox been thrown off the team.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw another name out there real quick that's gone. Naquan Wright. There's a reason why he's not playing. And there's a reason why
he's been a persona non grata for a while now, so it's not shocking at all.
Pretty much got benched. And this is just the beginning. There's gonna be a lot of guys that transfer out. So not only are we gonna sign a big class, we're gonna hit the portal hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a complete flip of this roster.
Yeah.
And we need it. You gotta tear. I've said before, you gotta tear it down to build it back up.
You guys gonna get Jalen Milroe out of the transfer portal when he enters it?
Oh my God!
Look at one of the Ohio State quarterbacks.
Christ almighty!
Kyle McCord decides to hit the portal because he gets screwed up for the job. Yeah, he decided to hit the portal.
I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see.
There's some talented quarterbacks on that roster. that's not playing right now because C.J. Stroud is just that dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Ohio State quarterback on the roster right now, so
Jack Miller,
Jack
III.
Sawyer or Miller.
Or
Jack
came
Miller.
true freshman and beat him out. Let that sink in. Jack
Hey,
Miller
Ohio-
been on that roster for a year already.
Hey man.
Look, he probably be this
No.
offensive- no,
And
no. Juice,
Christ, no.
Juice, Emery in this offense would be a disaster.
would be dead.
It'd be
I
worse
know.
than what it was last year, honestly.
He's not even really doing anything impressive out in Arizona or Arizona State, and that is a tailor-made offense for his
It's
skill
made
set.
perfectly
Thank
for him.
you.
Literally.
Like,
Yeah.
it's made perfectly for that guy.
Yep.
So,
So that answers that question.
I'm looking at the game, and of course, I'm scared for the defense. We're all scared for the defense.
Evan Stewart is going to look like
The only-
Antonio Brown.
I wouldn't be so much worried about that than I would A-Chain running the ball.
Yeah,
Our
he was
defense
like
is not
Calvin
doing that
Johnson.
correctly.
Not Calvin Johnson, but Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
I will say this: the only thing that could possibly help Florida, they pretty much went full on. They pretty much gave the job to Connor Wegman. How you pronounce his last name? Is it Wegman or Weigman?
Who you talking about?
A&M.
Texas A&M? Weidman? Yeah. Weidman, the
He-
quarter.
True freshman, he's the guy. They pretty much went with him.
Yeah.
So I think Haynes King is healthy, but they pretty much said forget it.
That dude is.
Prediction.
He's
My
dog water.
prediction is that the freshman gets benched, and they're gonna bring in Haynes King, and he's gonna win. He could win the game. I'm not saying it's necessarily gonna happen, but he might win the game.
Dog. That dude is
ass.
booty at best. He's booty
Dog
best.
water.
I'm
He-
telling you.
Dog water.
That man almost has as many interceptions as games played, quarters played to get added together.
You know
That
what?
throwing motion looks so bad. He throws like he's a high school quarterback.
Hold
He
on.
goes,
You, bro.
I'm gonna question real quick from J Money. Y'all think Patrick's only gonna do something? You know what? That's what I noticed about this defense
No.
this last game. They played more man to man than we've seen in a while. And when they played man to man, they got stops.
They're not going. He's not going to do it, bro.
I mean, to be fair, Stetson Bennett was like trying to throw you interceptions all first half. So I mean, yeah.
I honestly think we'll have to see. But part of me is starting to lean towards because he saw that it worked. But you also got to have players in the right position. You can't be putting Jadarius Perkins out there. He gets an interception, and then the very next drive you putting 16 out there.
Don't remind me, bro. Oh my god, bro.
Like, yeah, you can't do that. But
Ain't-
I think you're gonna see a little more. I think you're gonna see more man to man because they noticed that. Yeah, you saw in the press conference last week. They said they gotta improve some things. They may have to change some things up. They did.
I hope so.
Man to man, they got stops.
And it's obvious. Trey Dean in man-to-man coverage guarding one guy, tight end, whatever. He's fine. Like, he literally solid man-to-man. But in zone, he can't cover zone, bro.
But
Like,
he just doesn't know what he's doing out there in zone. He just messes up assignments.
it's horrible. So hopefully they stick with what they did last week, considering that Texas A&M has one big-time outside threat in Evan Stewart. You know, I hope that they trust Jason Marshall out there to go ahead and do his thing, whatever he does do. And, stick with it. And offensively, that's my thing. If we can score points, I think we'll be fine. We need to run the football.
Shorten this game up.
Yes.
Football, shorten the game, dominate, control time of possession, and keep the defense off the field. Keep them fresh.
And don't get behind. Because if Napier gets behind, we're not going to win.
No.
He cannot come from behind. We have to go 7-0, 10-0.
I'm not saying that we will, but I mean, Georgia is significantly better than Texas A&M, and we tried to come back on them. So we can get it from 28-3 to 20-20 on them.
Yeah, I'm not going to translate
That's
properly.
some simple right, but I mean, you can't get down 28-3. That can't happen. I agree with that. But if it's like 17-7 or something like that, I think they can have a chance to come back on that.
Us?
Yeah. If it's like 17-7, Not 28-3. Like, come on now. You're not gonna try and do that twice in a row. Like, you're not gonna. No, come on now. You're not gonna do that.
It's
You're not
not.
gonna do that.
AB.
Like,
17-7 is.
It's obviously a comeback for that.
The problem with
The kicker's mid too.
the problem is you're not going to be able to come back, in my opinion, from behind against Texas A&M because Weideman, he's too efficient of a quarterback, like to gain ground on. So if they're up by 7 points, even to gain that 7 points back, you're going to have to rely on him being inaccurate.
Right.
And if you've watched him play, he's not inaccurate. So
Right.
he's not going to get you a million yards, but he's going to first down you to death. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, that's what makes it hard.
Kellen Mond did to us.
Yes. I mean,
God.
yeah, that's a good –
And Jimbo Fisher, that's his thing. Get first downs. First down,
Yep.
first down, first down. He'll chip away until he beats you. That's what he does. So if we're not disciplined, bro, if we can't create opportunities with turnovers that we may get in this game, it's, same thing all year, bro. I mean, it could be a long, sad day for us. But if we run the football.
Now, what do you think about this comment here? Because I don't know. I don't know if they will. I don't know. I'm a little weary about that one.
saying complete game this game. Let's see. Then they did all season. So
Same time, like, I gotta see.
that's hard to do at Kyle Field, man. That's a big ask.
You go to Kyle Field and you have a complete game.
Like your best game. On
Yeah.
top of that,
Yeah.
that's a real big ask.
That's the thing. Like they haven't shown all year that they can do that. They've shown in spurts they can put together a complete drive. They've shown in spurts that they can be good, but we've also seen the letdowns. We've seen the mistakes. So they're consistently inconsistent.
It's going, in my opinion, that game's going to be a battle of which program and which coach has their team the most together. Simply.
And A&M is fighting for. I don't know if people realize this. They're last in the West. Like A&M, they're under Auburn.
We're
Yep.
second
So
Gosh.
In this year, and they just fired Brian Hartson.
to last.
so
Still ahead of Texas A&M.
And shout out to interim coach Kevin Light Williams, by the way.
yeah, no,
Shout out to him. Just don't get accused of let's not get into that.
yeah. I was about to say, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Dial it back, Andy. Dial it back.
I ain't saying nothing.
But now, like long term for A&M, this is a pivotal game because remember when we talked about Florida recruiting 2024 with Oklahoma and Texas coming in, Big Brother's back Texas A&M, so y'all better make something happen before they come back.
No,
This is. I think this is a very important game for Napier to win. I really do.
lightning out here big time. Sorry, it's just a huge lightning
good.
strike just happened in front of our house.
You're
Caught me
good.
off guard.
You know.
If you get struck by lightning while we live on this show,
No, I just didn't realize we had a storm coming in, and I had my window open and it's looking outside, and all I saw was this huge flash. It scared me a little
Oh,
bit.
man.
Oh man.
Michael Myers coming back to life for you.
yeah,
Halloween, bro.
watch the movie. No, he ain't.
Oh,
Oh,
he got freaking.
Not.
That movie was so bad.
He gone.
But
Wakanda, he gone.
Marcus, AB, what are y'all looking for, bro? Because I can't. I watch these games now just to kind of see where the program is, not where the team itself is, but where the program is. So what are y'all looking for?
That's
See, for
deep,
me,
bro.
the deficiency, yeah, for the deficiencies in the team, they are what they are. So
Yeah.
just hope for them to come and compete. Hope they stick to what they did last week. That what things that work. Play more man to man. And offense, just simplify things. Run the football. Don't put AR in bad situations. And just compete. And just go out there and fight. That's really all I ask for at this point.
Yeah, I agree. And early turnovers, to be honest. I'm looking to see if this defense can force an early turnover because I feel like if they can, then that's gonna get everybody going. Then not just the defense, not just everybody. It's gonna get everybody going. And I think I'm looking for AR also to just go out there and play. Don't worry about, clear your mind of any kind of worries whatsoever. Just go out there and play.
You know what? You know what should be on his Twitter? Have fun.
Honestly,
Like for real, just have fun playing
that's
football.
facts. That's facts, Juice. Because it was obvious. Like John, I don't know if you saw, man. Like AR came out in the third quarter. He got like a nice run, broke a tackle, and everything changed. Like the team changed. It's like when he turns up, the team turns up. That's why we beat Utah.
Yeah.
Simple as that, bro. It's like,
Yeah, find a way to get back to that AR. That was the AR that had fun out there. That
but
was
it's
the
sick,
AR that
man.
had no worries whatsoever. He just went out there and played.
I'm
That's
tired.
why-
I'm tired of that crap, man.
That's why I feel like what makes Bryce Young so different is even when Bryce Young throws interceptions, he's still joking around
On the sidelines, he's
on the
having
sideline with the teammates, and he's the same person. He
Yep.
does, you know what I mean? Like even we lost against Tennessee. Yeah, he's down a little bit, but you saw him in the press conference laughing and stuff. He's like, it happens. He's like,
Yep.
yeah,
I think
this is part of the game.
myself because honestly, my pin tweet thing hasn't done well. It started with Emory and now with AR. I think I got to take that down.
Oh god.
You don't say.
I'm just, bro. I'm literally so tired of like UF quarterbacks coming in like halfway through the season. They look like they're not having fun anymore. Like it's happened like years and years in a row. It's so sickening.
Now I was saying AR's case when you getting hit low all the time and nothing's
Yeah,
you ain't gonna have no fun if it's not getting called. You see that
you're
team
right on that.
they literally trying to hurt you. They
Nobody's
ain't
telling,
having fun either.
nobody's telling this man to throw interceptions to linebackers and rolling out of the pocket though.
Yeah, that's
2 yard fields.
that's
Come on, bro.
But come on, man.
I'm serious, man.
I'm just talking about in general, man. Like when you get hit low the whole
Yeah.
time, and you got to worry about your knees and everything. Like, are you gonna have fun if you do it? If you're a quarterback like you and that's happening, are you gonna have fun?
Coaching staff's got to step up and say something, man, to the refs. And like, look what Nick Saban did for Bryce Young.
Yeah.
He went to the NCAA.
No, got to.
You went to the hey, Billy. If you watching this, or if you listen to this on your way to the office tomorrow, I'm gonna need you to go to NCAA, man.
Yeah, because
I know you follow me on Twitter. I'll tweet at you. I'll message you. Hey, look, go to NCAA. If you got to sue somebody for this, do it.
I mean, Saban filed a grievance for the hits on Bryce Young against Tennessee. And look what I don't know if you guys watched the Mississippi State game, but if they farted on Bryce Young, they were throwing a flag.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Need that energy.
Like for real though, like it was a completely different scenario because they knew Saban's paying attention. You know what I mean? Like he's like, hey, I'm here. I'm watching what's going on with these guys. And Billy Napier's you gotta fight for your people. Even if it may not look great, you gotta fight for your people.
Yeah, yeah. And he's still learning, man. You know, he's so young. Like,
oh yeah,
you can tell like he's doing everything on the go. He's trying
green.
his hardest. Yeah, bro.
Real
So,
green.
I think that's what Gator fans have to remember too, as they're watching all of this, is like Napier, this is his first Power 5 job, like as a head coach at the University of Florida, with a first-year starter at quarterback.
Dog, like there's a lot of first. And Juice brings up, Bryce is confident. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce has always been, man, it's getting nasty out here. Bryce has always been confident in his game. Even last year as a first-year starter, it's different. But Bryce Young also spoke on to attributing that to Nick Saban when he recruited him in, saying, hey, when you come into Alabama, there's pressure on you to win, but we want you to play like you want to play. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Be yourself. Don't be something you're not.
Speaking
of that's why Tua threw a game-winning touchdown as a freaking freshman to win the national championship.
Dog.
Cold-blooded.
Like
hate to get off
ice
topic,
veins.
but you want to see nasty? This is pain.
Ooh.
Be like that.
That's
pain. Right.
What
was that? 40 points almost.
That's bad, AB. What happened?
Like that pain.
What type of point system is that?
I know, right? But hey, man, any of y'all ever win a fantasy game without your starting quarterback even in the lineup?
Yes.
I didn't even play a quarterback.
Last week when I had Jimmy Garoppolo.
Tua.
I didn't
Tua
I
starting
didn't
over.
Guess who I played at quarterback? Nobody.
How did you do that?
Because I had Tony Pollard, I had Cooper Kupp, and I had Nick Chubb tonight.
God Almighty, bro.
They carried me.
Jesus. Didn't Pollard like have 130 or something like that? Or
Yeah, he balled.
Oh god.
Yeah, Pollard had
131. Yep.
Tua? Would Tua have like 4 touchdowns or something?
Oh,
Tua.
I had Jalen Waddle too.
He had I think 3 touchdowns.
That man, if he wouldn't have got injured,
So
he
wait,
was balling.
382, 3 touchdowns.
hold on. You literally had no starting quarterback in your lineup, and you won.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. I wonder how many points Christian McCaffrey got. 'Cause didn't he get a receiving touchdown, a passing, and a rushing?
Yeah, he could. I had Chubb with 25 points tonight with 101 2 touchdowns.
Real quick. We'll get back into the game real quick. What was your defense?
But my defense was the Niners. They don't watch.
Okay, so who are
you playing? Who did they have?
Who was your flex guy? Is my question.
Waddle.
Waddle, who had like what?
Wait,
2
so
touchdowns?
Waddle, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Who are your starting receivers?
I had Cooper Kupp and I had Deontay
How is this?
Johnson.
Wait, who's drafting in your league?
Cup. Hey, and they let you get Cup and Waddle both?
Yes.
Dog, are you serious?
Hold on. That's how I won my league last year because I had Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp.
Bro.
Put you in
They
like a
effed up
4-man
big time.
league? Like
It's like 12 people in it, but
10-man league.
People?
One of my leagues a 12-man league, and the other 2 are 10-man leagues. And I ended up winning with Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp and quarterback. Oh, and receiver. And also, I picked up Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, lucky.
finders keepers.
And also had Amari Cooper. And at running back, I had I think I had Derrick Henry.
who just went
The
off.
Rafts usually.
Jesus.
Until he got hurt. I had to drop him and get somebody else. I forgot who I got. But I think it was I forgot who it was. But I ended up winning the league because Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford just went off.
I went off 4 guys alone. That is insane.
Yeah, I went in my first big time like competition. It was a $500 buy-in. We went to you go to Vegas, you do the draft. I didn't realize what I was getting into because I knew 2 of the guys doing it, and they told me they're like, "Hey, this is like some of these people do this for a living. They don't even have jobs. Their job is fantasy football and fantasy sports."
Yes.
So, and I went, and I'm thinking I'm good at this shit. Like, I've won a couple leagues, nothing major, but against friends and stuff like that.
Right.
Dog, let me tell you something. When I was underwater so fast.
Oh,
When I saw what these dudes were doing, these notepads they were showing up with, I was like, oh, like these dudes have inside information. And I was like, no, this ain't gonna be good. And after like the 4th week, dog, I was like smoked. I was getting killed on a regular. These dudes are like pulling in third, like I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you ever like go against somebody and like, how did they end up with those players? How are they going to know that those players? And they're like scheduling out the entire season on like bye weeks, and they have their own. 2 of them have their own. Oh my gosh, algorithm built in Excel based on bye week versus playing on their bench. So they have a predicted model on their bench players' points and when to play them. Dude, when I saw them busting out computers and notepads, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I'm here, like with my phone and drinking beer. Like this is a problem.
It was a fly-by-night operation that night.
That is crazy, bro.
I was like, "Yeah, I came out here to go to the casinos and I spent some money and got drunk."
GGs.
That's what I looked at it as. I was like, "I guess this is what's going to happen." But yeah,
I like this comment here. Michael Bill is doing start moving, continue to get better each year. Change expectations.
exactly. I said that last night.
Crap the big. Yep.
I said that. I said you can't go from winning 6 games to win a national championship, man. You go from winning like 6 games to 8 games to 10. There's a progression. You can't skip steps.
Yeah.
99 point no. How many Nick Sabans have there ever been to win a national championship in the second year? It's almost non-existent.
Yeah.
That's
You
why.
can't cheat the process.
I think of as Urban.
Yeah, Urban. Okay, Urban. But
Look,
how many?
I would say Larry Coker, but we all know that was Butch Davis' team.
Come on now.
2001
Yeah.
team.
Yes.
That was-
He's babysitting that team.
But we get the point. The sustained success after the, you know what I mean? Like it just,
gotta keep
it's
building.
so rare.
Yeah.
So-
it's very much so trial and error, bro.
You got to keep building and keep building. And
Yeah.
like you say, you can't skip steps. That's the only way that you're going to get to that level of the program. That's part of why I put that article out today. In case y'all haven't had a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. It's most important. That's why I was telling y'all, look, y'all got to relax, man. You got to relax because
Yes.
this isn't just a 1-year thing. This is like
This is
Rome
4.
was in a day. Like this is gonna take time. I know y'all. I know we know the expectations of the program. We expect championships. I understand that, but at the same time, you got to be realistic too. Like there's some years where you're just not gonna win a national championship. You're not gonna win 10 games. You have to be realistic and know that this is a process.
And y'all,
You know-
AB is saying this. That says a lot.
And you know what Georgia was doing when they weren't winning national championships at Georgia? When Kirby got there and they knew championship was not going to happen, Kirby went into overdrive in recruiting.
Yes.
So that's what you
Yes.
have to do. You have to understand the process starts with recruiting,
Mhm.
building depth.
Also,
And what-
Vanderbilt his first year.
Do what?
Meaningful depth.
And that's what I keep saying. That's what I said last night. I'm like, you have to build depth because without depth, you can have a great. And that's Tennessee's problem. See, Tennessee has a problem, and I don't think many people realize it. If Tennessee loses a Hendon Hooker, it'd be like Alabama losing Bryce Young. It's game over. But even Tennessee losing a meaningful offensive lineman or something, they don't have depth behind these guys. It could derail their entire season.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a Georgia and Tennessee or Alabama and Tennessee. Tennessee looks great, but can they sustain it? What are they going to look like next year without Hendon Hooker?
Right. That's what I'm saying. This like a one hit.
I'm gonna say
It's like
right
the-
now. For example, if Hendon Hooker gets hurt, I'm not wishing this on because he's been great. He's the Heisman frontrunner.
Yeah.
If he's hurt, they're screwed.
Yeah, it's like Alabama. We have no depth at quarterback. None. Jalen Milroe, like the guy, maybe a great person, whatever. But I'm not going to pretend he's Bryce Young.
Mhm.
I'm
And
not going to pretend he's something he's not.
Ty Simpson is young.
Yeah.
Does he have the tools? Yes. He's gonna be a good one when he plays.
That's
He needs to
fact.
He's
develop.
already play right now.
Because the reality of the situation is, man, Alabama does not have Steve Sarkisian or Lane Kiffin offense coordinator anymore.
Yeah.
So you can't. We're not creative enough to win with a Jalen Milroe.
They have Bill O'Brien right now.
Man, he needs to find a home, dog, outside of
He's
Alabama.
got one in Tuscaloosa.
No.
One in Tuscaloosa.
You know, and I'm complaining about this dude. He put up 42 points against Tennessee. 40. I know people can say 49, but it was 7 on the defense, 42 from the offense.
Have like a
Kirby
big-
Georgia.
That defense doesn't come out absolutely nowhere. I look down at my phone, and all of a sudden I see Alabama running in the end zone. I'm like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, they fumbled on the exchange, but from the quarterback and running back.
Like Jonathan said, Kirby went into overdrive and recruited.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Big
And, like,
time.
he did. And
To a
thinking
champion.
with Georgia too, also before he got the recruiting was never really like a major problem. They were getting talented players every year, but he
Exactly.
went into overdrive. Right, they went from like number 8 classes consistently to number 2, number 1 classes.
Mhm.
And what did they not have? You see, everybody's so enamored with having the number 1 quarterback. Georgia didn't win a national championship with the number 1 quarterback. They won with a damn walk-on.
Well, Stetson Bennett.
That defensive line and that offensive line.
But what is
He's
what
gonna
is-
be he's selling insurance in Athens.
that's what? But look at what Napier's building. Look at the line. Look at the links in the backfield. He's bringing in very, very similar players.
And on top of that, I'm gonna tell you like this. Look at this recruiting class. There's a reason why he's loading up on defensive backs.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's loading up on defensive linemen.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's trying to load up on offensive linemen.
Yep.
He's not only building depth, he's getting highly recruited players to come in and play. Like some of these guys are gonna have to play. So it's gonna be trial by error, and you're gonna hit the portal hard too to get some experienced guys at some of these same positions. He's gonna hit the portal hard for linebacker. He's gonna hit the portal hard for a safety. He's gonna hit the portal for a quarterback, depending on what Anthony Richardson does. Regardless, I think he hits the portal for one. He's gonna be hitting the portal to bring in offensive linemen, experienced guys in. So you can flip a roster, but at the same time, you have to build depth while flipping this roster. You can't just flip a roster with recruiting class and think, oh, that's it. No, you need experienced players as well. Because you want to bring in a big recruiting class and all of a sudden have your starting lineup as freshmen, true freshmen that's fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Breast wet behind the ears, breast like Similac. Like you don't want. There's only a few freshmen that can come in on the offensive line play. Look at Will Campbell and Emory Jones at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're them the only two freshmen I can see that can come in on the offensive line and ball like they have. You're not gonna necessarily see that.
It's definitely rare.
And that's why I keep telling people, because people are like, well, through recruiting, and they have these expectations that these guys are going to do something. I'm like, look, Alabama's a perfect example of this, dude. They brought in Tyler Harrell and Jermaine Burton. Those dudes coming up as highly rated Ja'Cory Brooks, Isaiah Bond, Kobe. These are 5-star guys, and they're being told to sit down and shut up because the guys we're bringing in are from Louisville, right, and from Georgia, and they're going to be your starters, not you. And I feel like that mentality has to come over to Florida too, to where you want to build that, like you have to earn your way on the field. Yeah, we get it.
Has Tyler Harrell played this year?
Mississippi State, he finally came out because he's been hurt all season. Like the guy, I felt so bad. He's just now healthy, and he's going to be I think he's going to be a featured receiver against LSU. He should be. So
I was wondering because I hadn't heard his name. I didn't know he got hurt.
Yeah, he's been injured. He got hurt real bad at the beginning, like in camp, and then he got hurt again in the second week of practice. So it's like the dude can't catch a break. And unfortunately for him, you have Isaiah Bond and Kobe Prentice completely showing out, showing what they can do. And it's like that's the problem with getting injured, man, in any program is like once you go down and there's dudes behind you wanting your job, you just never know.
Bond is special. So
like I got to keep bringing up Isaiah Bond, man.
Dog, he is fast. That man is fast.
That boy's a burner.
You know how much he cuts deep.
I know. I'm sure the Derrick Henry still cuts deep too.
God, Jonathan, why?
Oh man, that man just tied the record for Tennessee, by the way, for the most touchdowns. So
this is a low blow, also.
He better get a quarterback. Yeah. Quarterback, yeah, it depends on what you think. I mean, once again, Stetson Bennett starting over 2 5-stars.
And it was 3 until one of them left.
Yeah, Vandergriff and Carson Beck were 5-stars according to 24/7, I believe.
I don't believe in Carson Beck personally.
Gunner Stockton.
Like, oh yeah, and Gunner Stockton and Stetson Bennett's like a 12-year getting his doctorate. Like this man is riding it out.
This man's like 479 years old.
Yeah, he's like Brandon Weed.
Of all the players that they've had a quarterback since 1980, like you've had DJ Shockley, who was a winner there. You had Aaron Murray. You had Matthew Stafford. And
that's what I'm saying too.
And the guy that ends the championship drive is Stetson fucking Bennett.
Stetson Bennett.
Who's going to be selling insurance in Athens.
Yeah.
Basically a little solid quarterback who was a Georgia fan through and through, who just got on the field because why the hell not? They won that championship.
Program.
In 4 years, I'll be running a Facebook group.
Which is why Jalen Kitten is going to win a championship at Florida.
He'll be on the UGA radio.
All these top recruiting classes. Okay.
You do realize that if they go to the portal for a quarterback, Jalen Kitten is getting passed over, right?
No, I'm joking, bro. I'm joking.
But even Tennessee literally they revamped their entire team through the portal. Like Hooker, McCoy.
But the problem is, like Jonathan said, the recruiting class wasn't that great.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Dan Mullen.
It
reminds me of Dan Mullen.
Building depth
a little bit.
Yeah.
Dan Mullen loaded up on Trayvon Grimes, Van Jefferson. He filled the D-line with Adam Schuler, John Greenard, Marlon Dunlap. Who else is out there? We had a whole bunch of transfers, and everybody thought it was all fine and dandy. But we were also recruiting guys like Jalen Humphries.
That's the thing, man. You got to be doing both effectively. And, it's funny because everybody wants to make fun of Nick Saban for complaining about the fast offense and the mobile quarterback and now the transfer portal. And I keep telling people he's just sending a warning. He's all he's doing. He's just saying, all right, don't take the advice.
You did this, so
you asked for it.
It's like every time he does this, it's like, oh, well, if this is how the game is played, game on.
Yeah. I'll just go get Tua, Bryce Young. Mac Jones will become somehow legendary. It makes no sense.
Played the wing T offense in high school and became a first round pick.
3-star quarterback.
Yep.
Who came in like 130 pounds wet.
That was committed to Kentucky.
Yeah, it was committed to Kentucky. I won't ever forget his first scouting practice against the defense. In his first one, they said Lane Kiffin saw something in him and wouldn't let him go after that because he almost transferred when he got his DUI his freshman season.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
that was talking about the city he was going to transfer.
He was going to transfer. And Saban was going to let him go, and Lane Kiffin talked him out of it and said, no, this kid's got something because he was consistently, I guess, burning our second string defense on a regular. They would Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin was like, this dude's got something. And it mainly had to do with, I guess, his attitude. Like he came out and was like, had that FU attitude. Like, I don't care if you're first string, second string, I'm going to burn all of you. Like,
wow.
And look how it ended up, man.
That's what I said about Jalen Hurts when you guys had that spring game. He was like the third or fourth string quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the spring game, I'm watching him play. I was like,
he showed out.
Starting quarterback right there.
And then the reports started coming out, like before the season started, was like he's winning the team over. And then he played most of the game against USC.
Yeah,
Blake Barnett was garbage.
It doesn't go well. Jalen Hurts comes in and we win 52. So,
and that's what I'm saying. That's what kind of signal I think Billy's got to send too with these guys in the 2 to 3 years when he's there is like just what Saban did with Jalen Hurts. We get it. You're the first freshman All-American at Alabama. You know what I mean? Since oh my gosh, Herschel Walker at Georgia.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? And then we're gonna bench you one game later, and you never saw the field again. And it's one of those things where you're just not better. We're gonna play the better player.
Yep.
Sorry, dog. Like that's just how it goes.
Yeah, like and I've said this also. Like, look at what Saban did in that national championship game in 2018. What did he do? He put in all the freshmen who were 5-star, and they came back and won.
Devontae Smith, Tua, like
all of them in there, and Alex Leatherwood. That one hurt.
That's another one cut deep. I already knew that was coming.
Yeah, that cut deep because he went to the high school I went to.
Yeah,
that really cut deep. Not just because he's a hometown kid, but he went to my high school. We had.
But yeah, man, and like. You know how much it takes? You know how big your balls have to be to pull a dude like that and put in a true freshman?
That's crazy. Like, and this is Nick freaking Saban that did that. Like, he doesn't do that. He literally does not play freshmen like that unless he absolutely has to. And he waited until the biggest game of the season to make that decision, and it paid off.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they came out like, this is a completely different team. Yeah, they about to. I was like, they about to win this game. They about to win this game. These guys are just different.
Well, Coach Kevin Bull Jones, who I had on my show a couple of times, he's coached with Jeremy Pruitt and these guys, and he said it over and over again. He's like, one thing you have to give credit to Nick Saban for that people don't give enough credit on is Nick Saban will finish a game and he will shoot all the bullets he has. If he thinks he can't win, he will pull out everything he can.
Oh yeah,
try everything. And if that doesn't work, then we just weren't the better team. But at least we know that we tried everything. Onside kicks when they weren't supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Swapping out players, whatever it's going to take. That, and at least, you can hang your head or in dignity, I guess, and say we tried it all. So,
right.
But you can't just
I agree with this.
You can't just road grade yourself to death. See, this is just perfect storm for Tennessee. Just like, exactly. It's not sustainable. 100%.
Yeah, 100% is.
It's big 2019 LSU energy. Like they just can't. It was a perfect storm. The offense just scored on anybody they saw. Didn't matter what they did. Didn't matter who was on the other side. They were getting 40 regardless. And then after that,
that Georgia game is going to really tell what Tennessee is.
100%.
It really will.
I will make a prediction on tomorrow's show when we do our other podcast on that game, of course.
We know you're picking Georgia.
No, I don't know who I'm picking, to be honest. I really don't.
I know
You're picking Georgia AB style.
As good as that Georgia defense is, that Tennessee offense is just humming, man. Like it seems like it doesn't matter how you defend that offense. Like they're just, man, like Hendon Hooker is just playing at a level I have not seen a Tennessee quarterback play at since Peyton Manning.
I will
T.
say
Martin.
though, I am impressed with Tennessee here though.
He's still playing for the Packers. Oh,
Coordinator with USC still or no?
You what?
Isn't T. Martin coaching somewhere right now?
Yeah, T. Martin's at
he's with Baltimore, isn't he?
Oh shoot!
let me look.
I could
I
swear
think-
Baltimore.
I've been pretty impressed with Tennessee defense. Actually, they've been getting better pretty much each game from what I've seen.
Well, Alabama kind of did their thing against Tennessee's defense.
Yeah, no.
They kind of boogied on.
Yeah, he's with Baltimore, wide receivers coach.
Yeah, so I thought he was in Baltimore. I thought I heard that.
He was
But,
at Tennessee last year.
Jerry,
2020.
Kentucky's offense isn't exactly setting the world on fire either.
No.
No,
I mean, they did murder LSU right when they were starting to get hot, so I will give them credit for that. But I will say that was a game against Kentucky. They could have easily have been a trap for them in previous years. They came out and just smoked them.
That's true. And yeah, they did beat LSU pretty bad, but let's not forget how that game started. A couple of early turnovers, including one deep in on the first kick on the opening kickoff.
Man,
Yeah,
they
they
got it rolling.
So you get a short field. I mean,
They almost let us come back. We were down 28-10. Like we
It
were
was- it
dead in the
was-
water.
It was in the dark because they were getting pressure.
Yeah.
They were doing whatever they wanted on offense. They were running the ball
Yep.
with some consistency. It was like the dark, and then Bryson just battled back, and they started going up.
That's
down
what I'm
the field.
saying. Tennessee's not invincible. That's why I
No.
think Georgia can easily beat them. And I'm not saying they're going to beat them easily. I'm saying is they're vulnerable to get beat. You know what I mean? Like there's no doubt
Yeah.
about that.
I think if they stick to the ground game and just pound them, I think they'll have a chance because they can just keep the ball.
Because we
That's-
brought up
that's my concern for Tennessee because I don't know they'll be able to stop the run with Georgia. They're bringing 5 running backs in, and they're all getting the job done.
dog. They've never faced 3 tight ends like that. Like that's ridiculous. And then
I would like to personally apologize to Darnell Washington because I said he would end up turning into an offensive lineman. I was dead wrong, so I apologize. That kid is, man.
I mean,
he's
he's
as big as a
basically,
lineman.
He's as big
he's
as
basically a lineman.
tackle, so he will easily make a lot of money. But I think he'll do all right playing tight end.
Now, he's a lineman, but you can actually, but he's not like hopeless in the pass game at all. So that's the good news for him.
yeah.
But let's not compare this to 2019. I know a lot of people want to say 2019 LSU,
You're not doing that.
but let's be real for a minute. We talking Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. We look. They had everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's hitting Brady.
They had way too much talent.
Like that was not even in
Playing
Joe
that
Brady.
godly-
It's criminal how they couldn't score points before that. They were just going out there playing the same old I formation, motion stuff with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson on the same team. Like I don't get that at all.
Like who else? What was the other receiver? There was a third receiver. too.
Terrace Marshall.
Terrace Marshall. There we go. Like they have Joe Brady as an offense coordinator. They have Dave Aranda as a defense. Or sorry, Joe Brady is a Was he the offense coordinator?
He was the
Basically.
Quarterbacks coach. Sorry, quarterbacks coach.
Oh, they had Steve Ensminger as the offensive
That's
coordinator,
it. That's it.
and Joe Brady as the passing game coordinator.
Yep.
I'm being real with y'all. I don't care what they say. I don't give a damn what they say. Joe Brady was the
Was the offense coordinator, and Dave Aranda is the defense coordinator.
yeah. We're not stupid.
That's a coaching staff for the
Because
ages
as
right
soon
there.
as Joe Brady left, that offense was not the same.
But
You guys want
gets to
You guys want to hear what? You know who was on the 2015 Alabama coaching staff?
Mario Cristobal,
Lane Kiffin was there too, wasn't
Kiffin,
If it was. Billy was too, wasn't
no, not Billy Napier. It wasn't him.
he?
Oh,
No.
Billy Napier was there.
Oh, wait, yeah, he
he?
was.
Okay. Billy Napier.
Let me bring it up.
Mel Tucker, was he there?
Mel Tucker was there.
Josh.
Tosh Lupia,
Tosh Lupoi, yeah.
Bo Davis, Kirby Smart.
It's Kirby Smart.
That's Kirby's actually right. Yeah.
let's see here. Let me bring up the roster real quick. Because they said it was they did a grade on 24/7 talking about it was like the greatest. Here we go. So Nick Saban was the head coach, Lane Kiffin offense coordinator, Kirby Smart defense coordinator, Mario Cristobal was the offensive line coach, Billy Napier was the wide receiver, Mel Tucker was assistant head coach defensive backs, Tosh Lapoy was outside linebacker, Bo Davis defensive line, Bobby Williams was the tight end, Scott Cochran in strength and conditioning.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Dude, Scott Cochran went from a strength and conditioning coach to a damn on-field coach at Georgia.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Like, literally, two of the coaches helped build a championship program in Georgia, like, right after this.
But
That's
yeah, damn, that's crazy.
Special teams coordinator at Georgia. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully, one day we can say Patrick Toney, Rob Sale,
Corey Raymond.
Corey Raymond. Yeah, hopefully,
Kerry
bro.
Colbert.
I just keep saying the fact that we pulled Corey Raymond from LSU was. I thought that was a card.
Missed out on one. Sorry, Dan Lanning was a GA.
Oh
graduate
my
assistant.
god, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I just saw that.
He was
We
a
had-
GA.
Charlie Weiss was an analyst.
What?
I didn't know that.
That's right. I think he was.
Charlie Weiss was an offensive analyst for us. Freddie Roach was our running backs development. Yep. Dude, that's
What ain't Joe Brady because he about to be a head coach soon.
who's that?
NFL, Joe Brady.
Oh yeah.
Easy.
What did Drew say earlier? He said Tennessee. What was it?
Tennessee is the right break they can win, but can Tennessee's defense hold? And that's the problem.
Concerns me that defense. Jerry,
Not
don't go
good.
to that Kentucky game and get fooled. Don't get fooled by that Kentucky game. I'm telling you, don't get fooled. Georgia's offense is better than Kentucky's. Now, my concern is for Tennessee defensively is their ability to stop the run. Because if them Georgia running backs, all five of them, they get going, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Because Georgia's just going to pound them and pound them and pound them and pretty much dare Tennessee to stop them. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't. Do you think Tennessee's defense is better than Florida's?
Do I think
They're about the same.
I can look it up real quick.
Now, statistically, Tennessee's is probably better, but I think against the pass, I think they're like the second worst in the country. They may be worse or the second worst in the country.
Against the pass?
Yeah. Because Bryce Young lit them up.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson lit them up for 450 plus.
So
And he's had accuracy issues. Let that sink in. You had a quarterback that has accuracy issues, lights you up.
Hey man, with the way they score on offense, all you gotta do is just stop people a couple of times.
Yeah, but when you run into a team whose defense is actually really good and they start getting stops on you, all that outscoring stuff ain't going.
Georgia's defense is overrated, bro.
There are some injuries there. Nolan Smith's not going to play most likely. So
Heard that down.
Start behind them.
Tennessee's overall defense is 82nd. Florida's is 117th.
So there we go, AV.
So yeah, I said statistically they're probably better. Now, what are they against the pass? Tennessee.
Hang on, let me look it up. Say pass, right? Pass defense.
Yes.
So give me 1 second. You guys keep talking, and I'll.
AV, listen.
I did say statistically Tennessee's defense is probably better because we can't stop a nosebleed.
Listen, bro. I told you what was gonna happen to Alabama with them. Well, Tennessee scored. They were able to score. They were able to score.
They were, but
I told you.
Real.
They can score on everybody. It don't matter who it is. And let me tell you something. Kelly Ringo. Kelly Ringo's draft stock is going down this Saturday. Watch.
Yeah, no, it.
I don't know
agree.
why it's even up there, to be honest.
Only thing I will say on offense, Tennessee is getting more dangerous for them. Cedric Tillman's healthy now.
Yeah.
Add that to what Brew McCoy's doing and what Jalen Hyde's doing.
Here's my question about that. Hold on. Is my question about that. How do you stop featuring like Cedric Tillman's going to be a secondary guy? So how's that going to work out? He's going to be
He
a
didn't play
secondary
half the season. Who cares?
pretty much.
Bro,
All right. So Tennessee's pass defense is 127th and Florida's is 95th.
Told you.
Fifth.
They're like second or third worst in the country against the pass.
Only
Georgia uses Brock Bowers and gets him going, and Darnell Washington, and even A.D. Mitchell, if he plays, I think he's going to play. He gets those three going.
It's possible, but then again, like I'm not the transitive property.
And stopping Brock Bowers.
oh, listen to this. Tennessee's 127th. Oklahoma State's 128th in pass defense. Arkansas is 129th. Vanderbilt is 130th, and Ohio is 131st.
What the freak?
So they're the fifth worst pass defense in the country.
Yeah, but it's crazy because Arkansas is 120. The SEC has no pass defense this year.
Exactly.
They don't.
God almighty, man.
Exactly. No pass.
We've seen bad defenses win championships before. It's not out the realm of possibility.
Texas A&M is 7th against the pass.
What?
That's crazy to think about.
7th?
Yeah, they're only allowing 170 yards a game.
AR, bro.
Yeah. What? Hold on. What are they against the run?
Yeah, they're bad against the run. So hang on, I'll bring it
There
up.
you go.
What is Florida's strength?
Yeah. Let's see here.
Run the ball, slow the game down. Here's your blueprint.
Anyways, I said, man. I'm telling you, Tennessee is just.
Yep, Tennessee defense can't hold up.
So Alabama.
They lit them up. But Alabama's defense, Jonathan will tell you, they're not good.
Who's that?
Alabama's defense.
Oh no, our secondary is good.
Alabama's secondary is better than Georgia's, bro.
Let me correct something. Our corners are great this year. Our safeties has been what's lacking. Our front seven has.
Where did Tennessee beat Alabama in the passing game? Down the middle, right?
Well, they burnt the safeties.
Yep.
They beat Brian Branch and DeMarco Helms and Jordan Battle.
Wait,
Jordan Battle's one of the. I don't want to be that guy, but he's not.
I got a question real quick. How the hell is Brian Branch a projected first round pick right now?
It's because his intangibles. It's because he can play any. Here's the thing, guys. When they evaluate these guys, they're not looking at just on field performance. They're looking at the fact that Brian Branch is one of the most intelligent defensive backs in the game.
Right.
So he is playing a star position when really he should be in a safety position.
Yeah.
But because we got DeMarco Helms, he's not a better safety, but he's too athletic to not have him on the field.
Yep.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where we're in a bad position at the safety spot. That's why we recruited. And why do you think we went all in on Caleb Downs? Like Caleb Downs and Tony Mitchell. We're like, we need safety help. So we need true safety help, right? Not hybrid, because we're playing hybrid safeties essentially.
Right.
But anyways, we were talking about Texas A&M against the run, right?
Yeah.
Let me look that up. Hang on.
And then we'll go ahead and give a prediction for this game, for this particular game. We'll say the other ones for tomorrow's show with indisputable evidence. And like I said, I don't know who I'm gonna pick for Tennessee, Georgia. I really don't.
Yes, we do. Stop.
If it was up to me, both teams would lose.
Texas A&M is 120th in rush defense, allowing 205.6 per game.
We know what we need to do.
I wonder what they are on first down defense. I think they're one of the worst in first down defense too.
Yeah, that's a worse.
The real question is how good are they on offense on third down?
Well, I give you that stat too.
We're like the worst in the SEC behind.
You can pretty much give me that stat, and I'll know if we're going to win the game. I'll know.
Texas A&M.
Yep.
All right, hang on. Let's see. Well, they're definitely not in the top half.
This is going to be a disgusting football game. Like I'm telling you.
Don't tell me they can't be that far down.
Don't tell me
They're 105th. First down and third down conversion, they're 34%. They're 105th. Texas A&M is.
God almighty, bro. What is Jimbo doing over there, bro?
What is he?
I think their first down defense is one of the worst, if not the worst in the nation.
ETN on first. He teared me. Well, if that's the case, we're gonna be fine because as long as Napier can get ahead of the chains, he'll be all right.
That's
All right,
what we did.
Before we wrap this thing up, hold on, real quick. Damn, you knew my NFL picks terrible this week for Yahoo. 4 out of 10. I gotta do better than that. Damn. But hold on. Georgia's secondary is better now, but yeah, they are.
Yeah, I mean, Malachi starts back there alone. Baby.
Not the corner. I'll definitely give you the safety play, but definitely not corner position.
Safety,
Not
yeah.
even close.
Well, it depends on where they play Malachi Starks because I've seen him play corner. I've also seen him play star, and I've seen him put him at safety. So he's like a Swiss Army knife for them.
Like
They're
we got
where they need him.
because we got Kool-Aid, who's one of the best in corners in the nation right now, and then we got Eli Ricks back healthy, who just had a complete shutdown at A&M, and Terrion Arnold was the 5th best in the country.
Real
So
quick, you want to hear a hot take, Jonathan?
what's that?
As good as Kool-Aid has been at corner, I think he's playing the wrong position.
He's not a safety.
Who say anything about him playing defense?
Dude, are you? How is he going to get on the field?
I'm just saying. I
Pull
wouldn't.
it back.
You gonna come on, dude?
I'm just saying because I looked at that high school offensive team. I'm sitting like, dude, it ain't just the defense. It ain't just him as a corner. Him at wide, he was killing people.
Yeah, but am I putting him above Isaiah Bond, Kobe Prentice,
Hell no.
Corey Brooks?
Like the playoffs, and I was just a few plays in there. Put him out there for a few plays or something.
Don't let punt returns trick you and think he's in the ground offense. Let's down the back.
He say that.
A&M 69th in first down defense. So
Ball and AR should run and throw short. But yep. That should be the game plan right there.
What is the game plan?
But
AR should run and throw short passes. That's the game. That should be the game plan right there.
No Xavier Henderson bubble screens. And
They'll do that.
3rd and 8. It'll be all
Yeah,
right.
just hit him with the team wide open like he did against Georgia.
you guys are 114th on first down defense.
Who is?
You got Florida's 114th on first down defense.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
What are they on first down offense?
Well, let me look that up.
How about Texas A&M?
Yeah, no, I'll look it up. First down offense.
Oh my God.
Texas, so they're not in the top half. No, they're not in the top half. Which is good for you guys. I think they're 88th.
Some gotta give.
I'm willing to bet.
Hold
Oh man.
something had to happen.
on. Some gotta give.
Like
He probably can't deal with the shit he gotta deal with right now.
I would too. Oh man.
I would too. I'd cut that cigar open, dump that stuff out. Hey man. All right, let's go ahead and get a prediction and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, man.
That's for the Texas A&M game. We're gonna let Jonathan go first.
Yeah.
oh, of course you would. No,
Or Marcus, whichever one.
no, it's fine. I'll give a real quick one because I'm not a Florida fan, so it's a lot easier for me. I actually do have Florida winning this game, only because number one, I can't stand Jimbo Fisher. I can't stand A&M because of everything that happened. And I hope their entire team gets caught smoking weed and kicked out before the game starts. And I hope Jimbo gets caught doing heroin. So,
Oh my god.
so anyways.
Oh my God.
So anyways, no. In all seriousness, I got Florida winning this game like 21-17.
That would be huge.
I just don't think it's going to be a good win. I don't think it's going to be a pretty win. I think it's going to be just an ugly, grind it out, like what's going to give type win.
It's gonna be phone shoe ugly. I'll say 23-17 if we run the ball and do utilize a short game. Just run the ball, throw short. Don't put AR in bad situations. Defense, get a stop or two. Hopefully, for my sanity, 3 or 4. But y'all are what y'all are, so I'm just going to stay at 1 or 2 and get the hell out of here 23-17 win.
Yeah, man. I think Florida comes back after a loss to Georgia, rejuvenated. I think the guys will come out noon and play like they like they want to win. I think Anthony Richardson will have a pretty solid game on the ground, have a big play here or there, kind of have something going. So I'm gonna be optimistic, man, this week. I think it's gonna be a solid game. I got Florida winning 26 to 20, 24, 26-24, Florida.
Oh, Jay Money said 35-17 Florida will come out hungry, sending a message for the rest of the season. I don't know about 35, but I mean,
keep this stat in mind before I let get off here. Texas A&M is 5th in red zone defense, and Florida is like 60th. So pay attention because that is the one disparity when you look at the analytics. Red zone defense.
So basically, they suck on defense until they get in the red zone.
Yep, and then they tighten up.
Well, we typically don't even be scoring in red zone, bro, which is weird.
Yeah, you're right. The big arm of Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, we just throw it over the top or a long run by Montreal. That's kind of how we score.
It's either a shot play or someone breaks.
Oh,
yeah.
Bro, they just showed the video, the Michigan State video.
Oh,
yeah, the dude's beating him down.
Yeah.
In the tunnel. Yeah, bro, that's crazy. You haven't seen that before?
AB, bro.
No, that part of the play is wild.
Excuse my language, Josh. I saw it, I was like, hold on now.
They jumped him, like jump.
They showing it up close now.
Yeah, he got smacked around.
Like, come on, man. Y'all be better than that. Come on now. Y'all trifling. So Juice says 24 Florida. I'm gonna go 24-17 Florida. I think we'll be able to get the running game going. You're gonna see a lot of Montreal Johnson, a lot of Trevor Etienne, and you don't see us shorten the game up. And I think defensively, they get a couple of stops. Just get a couple of stops, get up out of the College Station with a win. And I also say, looking at that third quarter against Georgia, they found something. They found the part, but they found more than just that. And I think that's going to carry over into this game.
Yeah, I can see it.
So, Jonathan, we definitely appreciate you for coming on and joining us.
As always.
Always. We definitely
appreciate you guys letting me on.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah, if you talk any other sports, you can join us on Indisputable Evidence anytime you want to.
I don't know much. I mean, I watch NBA and I watch NFL and all that, but I'm not into it like I am. I don't know as much, so.
Yeah.
No, we'll still make some picks on it. We got to do a World Series pick tomorrow too on the show. By the way,
yeah,
it's true.
They started at 1, so we got to make a pick. I hope both teams lose and then everybody on each team get hurt.
Yeah, they're going crazy out here at San Antonio because Houston's 3 hours from here.
Yeah.
But what's crazy? When I was in LA, there was a few Houston Astros fans. I'm like, where the hell did y'all come from?
Yeah, it's odd.
I'm like, what? Here in LA?
Maybe you guys can chime in on this. When I was stationed in Panama City, there was a lot of Alabama fans in the Panhandle, man.
Oh yeah. They were
like right there. So
yeah. I'm telling you that right now. There's more Alabama fans than Florida fans here.
Yeah.
And they're only Florida fans because Trent Richardson went to Alabama.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, they pretty much transitioned over.
Yeah, they transitioned over.
J Money, forget your Eagles.
Are they undefeated?
They undefeated.
Undefeated.
We sick of y'all.
Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith there.
Fun fact.
Guess what?
Jalen Hurts and Tua are undefeated in the year 2022.
Yeah. That's nuts, bro.
Well,
that's crazy.
J Money, I'm gonna say this.
That's crazy.
We'll see y'all in Dallas, and we getting healthier. And
I'm not an Eagles fan.
And on top of that, you see this defense. You see the defense my Cowboys putting out there.
They saw it.
Micah Parsons might be the best defensive player in the NFL right now.
He's outstanding, bro. He's
the first career touchdown. Justin Fields jumped over him. So I was like, oh, snap. Okay, all right. So he didn't touch him. get your ass up and get that touchdown. It's
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say Aaron Donald's not dead, so I ain't gonna say that. But Michael Parsons is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is like generational.
Aaron Donald's not dead, but the torch might be getting passed over.
I ain't
Real,
gonna say all that yet.
is
I ain't
all.
saying that yet. But
It
Michael Parsons is
It ain't
he's
there
right
yet,
there.
but that torch getting passed over soon.
He's right there. I will not deny that. He's unbelievable.
He said
mean,
AJ Brown is all I gotta say. Yeah, that dude
Oh
is.
my god.
Yeah. Answer me this question real quick, J Money. See, when we first played y'all in Philly, explain to me why Philadelphia was putting AJ Brown in positions where he was away from Trayvon Diggs.
Who cares? It's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Why is that a target point?
I'm just saying. Like, why you couldn't let him go 1-on-1, see who win the matchup?
Great
Why
matchup.
would you do that? This isn't fantasy. It's called coaching.
Right. Yeah.
I'm AJ Brown. I'm saying forget that plan. I want to see if I can go. I want to go head up with him. Best of best, right? If you feel like you're the best at your position, and he might be the best at his position, let's see who win 1-on-1.
That's why coaching exists, though.
If I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm saying I don't give a shit about your pride. We're trying to win games.
I'm just saying.
Undefeated.
I'm just saying.
Besides, they didn't need to throw the red down your damn throat in the third quarter to steal the game away. So that's all I'm gonna leave it at that. But again,
Well, Rush did throw 3 interceptions too. I mean,
that's tough.
it pretty much ended the debate of who was the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why
can't believe that
a
was
debate.
even a debate. Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
Why was that a
Hey,
debate?
the national media made that a debate. Cowboys fans didn't. We was like, what are y'all talking about?
But guys, y'all win games through defense is unbelievable, and the NFC sucks.
Does it though?
Yes,
The NFC East sucks.
the NFC in general is not good.
So the Eagles are 7-0. The Vikings are 6-1.
Do you
Both
think the Vikings are that
Giants and
good?
the Cowboys are 6-2.
The Giants are definitely not that good.
I don't believe they are either, but they still 6-2.
I don't know
I
how
don't
they're
trust the Vikings
6-2.
at all. Now the Eagles, though, they've played everybody around the league. I do believe in them generally. But there's only like 3 really legitimate like great teams, and the Cowboys are in that tier where like they can beat anybody.
I'm just saying they ain't terrible.
Don't be surprised if the Cowboys get to the conference championship game because I think they're better than the majority of the teams out there. Because think about it, the NFC South leader is the fucking Falcons. The Seahawks-
Wait, what?
The
The Falcons are
Falcons
in first place.
are in first place in the NFC South.
Oh my! I'm done.
The NFC South's a joke. The NFC West
Dog,
is what it is.
Look, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
come on.
The Falcons are 4-4 in the NFC South and are in first place, right? The Washington Commanders are 4-4 in the NFC East are in last place.
Yeah.
Well,
Think about that.
there you go.
Insane.
Let me see the NFC standings actually.
Dude, the coaches are chiming on the Harsin firing. Somebody went on there and talked. They said, so coaches only get a year and a half now? Question mark.
Hold on. I just got one. I'm gonna get controversial here. Where was that same energy when Willie Taggart got fired at Florida State?
Yeah, I know.
His second year.
Yeah, he
Where
was
was
in.
the energy then?
Dude, we already know the answer to that, dude. Come on.
I just wanted to be controversial and put it out there because you exposing yourself by saying that.
Yeah, look at this dog.
That, hey, it should happen, but
Hey, man.
Dion.
we know the boosters ain't gonna allow it.
And then someone posted this.
Is that
Hey. You know
Think
what?
about it. Like the bubble, like
Team in Illinois playing some great football.
Dog.
yo, AB, the wild card bubble outside of like the 2 teams that lead the wild card right now, the Giants and the Niners, are 4-4 Washington, 3-4 LA, 3-5 Tampa, 3-5 Green Bay, 3-5 Arizona, 3-5 New Orleans, 3-5 Chicago, 2-6 Carolina, and they could win the division potentially.
that's,
And 1-6 Detroit is still in the picture.
Dog.
that's
Don't-
Whoa. Hit me with that last one again.
1-6 Detroit is still in the picture.
yeah. 1-6.
The NFC is not good.
no, they're cheeks.
It's
Right now.
bad.
Juice.
percent-
Stop it.
FBI chance.
Stop it.
FBI chance to make the playoffs. Eagles and Cowboys both at 99%. Vikings 95%. 49ers 84%. Giants 79%. Falcons 51%. Buccaneers 44%. Panthers 37%. Seahawks 36%, which is outrageous because they lead the division. Saints 22%, Commanders 19%, Cardinals 14%.
The AFC's a joke, bro. It's,
Now the Commanders are ahead of the Seahawks is outrageous because Seahawks lead that division right now.
I think it's because they're in the bipartisan being a better division. I don't know.
And shout out to Geno Smith, by the way.
Oh,
Quiet,
big shout, Gino.
great season. So yeah, but yeah, Jonathan, again, we appreciate you for joining us.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
let everybody know where they can follow you and follow your show.
All right, just college football, Jonathan Lewis on YouTube and at college FB Lewis on Twitter. Whenever I decide to tweet something, love following Jerry up there when he doesn't have a banned accounts.
Oh my god.
Getting banned again.
I've mentioned it every time.
His account may come back soon, so I can maybe find them Treon tweets again.
Bro,
God.
they're still over there.
Oh, I know, but your suspended account may be coming back, so I'm gonna find them.
I'll find one for you right now.
Hey, no, hold on.
Group chat.
But yeah, Jonathan, real quick, did you do the Brian Harson show?
Oh, the Brian Harson show?
Yeah, about the firing. Did you do a quick show about that one?
No, I haven't yet. I'm putting together a list, and I'm probably gonna put it out tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because I got to tune into that one. I really do.
So yeah, because that Brian Harson thing, and there's a lot of people pushing names out there. What I'm today, big time was pushed was Bill O'Brien.
I think
So-
we're jumping for joy with hearing that one.
Also bad. Come on, man.
But in all seriousness, that job would make sense for him.
No, it wouldn't.
It would. Look, as an Alabama fan, that job makes the most sense for Bill O'Brien.
What does it?
I would love to face Bill O'Brien for
No, this is exactly. I knew it
a
was
vanilla ass offense.
Like, think about it like this. Brian Harson last year almost took Bama to the absolute wire. How many overtimes that game go to? Like 3?
Yeah, 3 overtimes.
And the
Wait,
next year,
four
he did
overtimes.
4 overtimes, and he didn't make it to a second Iron Bowl. The
Yeah,
game was the
big-
game.
Oh, like I'm telling you, that man was hired. He was the whitest dude they could find in the country.
Yes, I did not understand that fit from the jump.
There was no sense made of that hire. Charles Barkley spoke out against it. Bo Jackson spoke out against it. Everybody was like, "Why is this dude coming here?"
I was like, either they liked him for whatever reason, or they couldn't get the guy they wanted and just settled. I don't know why they hired him.
That was Juice. Let me tell you something. If Dan Mullen's going there, then Todd Grantham's going there too,
Mm-hmm.
because he's on our staff right now as an analyst.
And guess who's also on that staff currently?
Who?
Former Florida linebackers coach Christian Robinson.
C-Rob.
He said Hugh Freeze. Auburn cannot bring in controversy with them getting rid of controversy. Come on now.
The,
I mean, to them,
the man was accused of having an affair with.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, at least he won games in the SEC in their minds.
he did. He beat Alabama.
Whether it was true or not. Yeah, let me stop.
He beat Bama 2 years in a row and got recruits in. Well, through the fairest means, of course, but he got recruits in.
He used escorts to get them recruits, but hey,
Like,
Hey,
he pissed off
whatever it
Mississippi
takes.
State by stealing A.J. Brown from their backyard.
Dude, that was
That pissed him off.
nasty.
yeah, that did. That really did.
Like, he's from Starkville. Goes to Starkville High, and you steal him.
All right, guys. But you guys have fun. Thanks for having me on, obviously.
Yes, sir, man.
Yes,
Sure.
sir. Man, appreciate you.
Appreciate you always, bro. Thank
Always,
you.
guys.
Damn it, that's what I'm saying. Fuck that, just win games.
Hey, if it was true, can you blame him? That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, we about to get up out of here. Who got the song? Who got the song since we was off?
I think I do, actually.
Yeah, I think Marcus does.
I got one, too.
What you got? For us?
So, a whole bunch of albums dropped on Friday.
Oh,
Kodak Black and West Side Gun. Smino.
Oh,
And number-
shoot.
Yeah, and I'll pick one from Smino. We're gonna go with No L's.
That's up.
I'll send it to you right now, AB.
Oh, God, on camera. Oh, God.
we got that on camera.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we clipping that one, but let everybody know where they can follow your regular accounts, band accounts, other burner accounts, and Kevin Durant type burner accounts.
Oh my
Yeah, man.
goodness.
You can follow me on Twitter at jbreezy_ii. And my backup is I am Breezy Eye, just in case you want to find some elite takes. And my Instagram is jlamar_ii.
You saw the tweets, didn't you, maybe? That last one is disgusting. Oh my god. All right, man. Y'all can follow me at Marcus Davis 904 on Twitter. Y'all can see some elite takes, some elite depression tweets when the Jaguars are playing. Gears too.
Yeah, he been depressed for the last 5 weeks, I believe.
Don't even get me started. I was depressed at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. That's how bad it was.
Man.
We will get to that on individual evidence. We'll reserve that.
Yes, we will.
And we'll talk about the whole 2021 draft class because it's time to start dialogue. I'm sorry.
Definitely. We need to. Oh yeah.
It's time.
Oh my god.
You can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1. Get ready to get flooded with photos with that one, by the way. Well, with both of them. You can follow me. You can follow the podcast page on Twitter at @inside_swamp and on Instagram at inside_forward_athletics. Crew with Darnell will be back tomorrow night with indisputable evidence. So follow us over there. And, we got some elite takes there too. So we got a lot to get into. We got
a week and a half into the NBA season. We got what we've seen so far. We got the NFL's in full swing as usual. We got college football rankings about to drop tomorrow.
And by the way, y'all thought because I was in LA on vacation, I wasn't watching none of these, but I'll get my sports in. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And
like what's wrong with the Heat Ducks?
we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right.
They probably will. I ain't gonna
That leap.
I ain't tripping right now.
watch the league.
We gonna start off with. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a sneak peek. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek right now.
Niggas leaped off the ledge.
Oh my god!
I did.
That man saw it at LA traffic and saw the leap not being made inside the jump.
The leap being made.
Yeah, the Eric Spoelstra doghouse.
Defense got to tighten up.
At what cost? But anyways.
Defense got to tighten up. But I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek what we starting off with tomorrow night. JP from San Antonio.
Oh boy.
We starting off with that. I'm sorry, we got to start off with that.
Godly.
Because of what was initially said and then what came out. So we definitely got to start off with that.
Yeah.
But this has been another great episode of Swamp Inside Florida Athletics. For Anthony Beck, Jerry Brown, and Marcus Davis, and our guest Jonathan Lewis joining us tonight, we're gonna leave y'all as we always do. Go Gators, God bless, stay safe.
Painful.
Take care of your chicken. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Take care of your mentals. Wash your hands. Wash your nasty ass. Wear your masks. What else? And just be better as a people, man.
Yes.
Overall, not just everybody. Just be better as people.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Y'all have a great night. And go Gators.
It is.